There exists a world where islands soar through the heavens. Buoyed by deposits of the enigmatic core stone, these massive structures float high above the swirling volcanic maw below. These islands experience a precarious existence, buffeted regularly by the four great elemental winds that bring bounty and life just as surely as they bring destruction and death. In this hostile environment, it is perhaps surprising that the most humble of creatures have risen to claim it. These unlikely creatures harness this power to grow, become sentient, and finally build civilization. Join the crew of the Undeniably Good Time Network as we take our first tentative steps into the wild realm of sentima. Come with us as we explore these sundered wilds.
Welcome back to our grand finale, Sentima Sundered Wilds, sponsored by UB's Adventure. Go check them out. Got their website and their Kickstarter should show up in the link below us on the scroller. We have a full party again. Indeed, when last we left our heroes, we had lost our grand, our noble scarab Mimi, intellect extraordinaire, as well.
Grand was too much for Mimi.
Yeah,
we
kind
can
of
go.
rude.
Noble's
I
good,
feel a bit
but
slighted.
He had to roll it back a little bit.
Expert interrogator.
Expert, yes, indeed.
Expert interrogator.
And of course, Saul Sakhad, Stick Emporium creator, or at least one of these days he'll get there. Indeed, they have come back, rejoined the party, just as the remaining sentiment explorers, Exiles, have emerged from the crashed courser ship, elemental charged, a ship engine in hand, given over to the Wasp mechanics, who are going to be gleefully constructing a new ship. The more dejected Spider navigators, who were hoping to salvage the existing one, not really having much of a choice, but to kind of go along with the Wasp's plans, which is just the way the Wasps like it. But then again, there's much celebrations. Even the Spiders, who didn't quite get their way, are still very excited that some progress has been made, because now we have a ship engine. Now we have materials to build a ship. There's only one thing left that needs to be caught, and that's going to be the core stone of the ship. The five of you, Mimi and Saul, having been introduced as companions, are pulled into council with Kasich and Morig, the leaders of the Wasp engineers and the Spider navigators. And spirits are high. It's a good time. This is the first time in most amount of progress has ever come by at the Courser Wreck, and hope is high that they will finally be able to escape this wretched island. Kasich is taking, Morig is taking the lead here. Kasich staying kind of quiet, seeing as how Morig is the one who has the engine. Friends, I'm incredibly pleased at your progress. Friends of friends, welcome, welcome.
Saul Sakhad, Saul Stickporia.
Pleasure to meet you. All of them. Flutters his wasp wings, kind of puffs his chest out a bit. This is a grand day. We have finally, with the engine that you have retrieved, we're going to build a ship, a right ship, a strong ship that's going to take us off this island. And of course, all of you have a seat on it to get off here as well.
Great. That sounds really easy. What's the next step? Because it sounds like we've got a ship, basically.
We have to kill a monster, a really big one.
There's like a kaiju like around the corner.
We've got a whole bunch of sticks. We've killed a whole bunch of monsters. How hard could that possibly be?
Easy peasy, lemon
Well,
squeezy.
I like to see how confident you are, because indeed, that core stone that you saw in the cave over here is the last thing that we need. We need fresh core stone to bring that ship afloat.
What about some ruined core stone?
Ruined core stone, by definition, doesn't work, unfortunately. So,
how much core stone are we talking?
Well, we're hoping to build a relatively agile, fast ship. Larger would be good as well, but we'll need something fairly sizable. We'll need a solid deposit of it.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Why don't we go look at it and give you a good idea about how much of a big boy this one is. And then on the way back on over to Haven, pick us up some fine munitions. We'll not touch it
I'll have to
because
say,
it's pretty big.
I'm not terribly pleased at Haven, the people over in Haven, meddling in all this. We are professionals here in this camp, and that Haven, misnamed as it is, a collection of traitors, thieves, murderers. I can't say that we ever have seen eye to eye. Especially that Ajana, that leader over there, that self-proclaimed leader. She only is the leader because her soldiers hold all the power over there.
Isn't
Isn't
that
that-
why everybody's the leader?
Yeah, I kind of assumed that's how all leadership
I
works.
think that's kind of the basis how civilization works, my fine friend.
Well, in some cases it is, but when you get to the more civilized areas, talent and technique matter, and everyone agrees on how that works. That's why I am the leader of us, because I'm the best engineer and the one most talented here to lead properly. And Kasich is like the best navigator too. Kasich kind of rolls her eyes a little bit in the corner, but doesn't say anything.
So you have all the resources and everything you need to get this ship running, or you don't need any help at all from them?
Well, I mean, I'm sure they could offer to carry some things. I have to say, I certainly wouldn't want the general population getting on our ship. They would probably seize it the moment our backs were turned. If you know of some people that you can vouch for, then, maybe we can talk. But I have no interest in letting the entire scum population of Haven onto our ship.
Well, hold on there, fella. If it weren't for the entire scum population of Haven, then I and my fine friends would not have found our way over here to help you out in the first place. If it wasn't for their assistance and that Mayor Regina that you are so remiss to give credit to, none of us would have made it out this far to this crash ship at all. None of us
Also-
would have had any kind of direction, nor anything to aid you with.
Just to add, with no disrespect, I want to make that clear. You claim that they are all murderers and traitors and horrible things.
Well-
but you are also on the same island with them. And what else? What other reasons would you be here for that? Unless you're just doing tax crimes.
A tragic misunderstanding, I assure you. Things got a little bit rough in the guild hall. Things were said. Things may have been thrown, blown entirely out of proportion, and here we are.
Backstories notwithstanding, it's never a fantastic business practice to cut out partners that you might still find some value in. And all those fine folk down in Haven have a wide array of different talents and values.
We can talk about what their talents are. Maybe we will take applications if they're interested. Certainly. We do understand that people have different backgrounds, but we're not interested in just taking dead weight on board this ship.
I think you misunderstand me there, my fine friend. People themselves are a valuable resource. Every extra hand we have to work on this is less work that we have to do ourselves, and another mind, another viewpoint, another perspective that could help us overcome potential problems.
So you view it as an asset if they're people who will disagree with you.
Many a great idea has been sculpted from the marble of disagreements and, a fancier word for disagreements, my friend.
I see.
Well, he technically has a point. You had a disagreement with your fine navigator friend here. We came along,
Yeah.
picked a solution
Right.
out of that
The
disagreement.
right one.
But it came from a disagreement.
No, you solved the disagreement. The
Exactly.
disagreement was why we were in the problem in the first place.
So
Now
we'll
the
just
disagreement led to
solve
that.
this one again.
Yeah.
That's our trick now.
You let one man run with a single idea and no opposition. That's how you get lost in the sauce, mired down in a dream, totally attached to a single vision that can't grow, can't expand, can't fill the market as it needs. You miss all the holes and opportunities on either side.
I can make a sauce.
Wait, guys. So,
There's
like,
a good argument.
do we have any specific attachment to the people in Haven? Can we just, like, get off?
They offered us a
Specifically-
gun.
Yeah, we do got to go back and get our guns.
Well, yeah.
We
But
also
like,
have
I
real-
mean, I
we
feel
have
like we're
real estate
arguing
there.
a point for no real for I don't know.
Well,
thought
the only
they were nice
person in
enough.
Haven that I even care to tell about this here ship is Spackhead.
So that's one head. Anybody else got any other heads?
What
No
about
particular-
what about the person whose Mantis friend died? Were they cool with us?
I
Is
don't have
it
any
worth-
particular attachment to anyone in particular in Haven. I just don't see any real value in leaving them all behind, especially if we're going to be making a ship with plenty of room.
Well,
It's if we're not making a ship with plenty of room.
That's
I think the main
How
problem.
big is this? Just how like these two groups here? How large is this gathering? How many people are here?
I mean, there's probably maybe a dozen of each.
So this is like way smaller than Haven.
Yeah,
how many people in Haven?
Haven is there's probably like a couple hundred. I would
yeah.
say.
Okay. Yeah. So this is like okay. So it's like this is like a massive site. I thought we were like in a huge camp here.
Yeah, no,
no, it's not even
these
remotely
people who are in
comparable.
the Corsair wreck are the people who like had enough skills and worked together. Like they showed up here as a group, and instead of like trying to integrate, they're like, "We don't like you people. We're gonna go to that ship and try to get off of it
Fair
and
enough.
try to get
Okay.
off the
No,
island."
so it's not even remotely comparable. Like, sorry.
Yeah, like you're talking like they'd have to build an ark.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, the only thing I could think of off a hand, really, looking forward into the future and seeing where Sal, Sakahad, Sal Stickporium may be ending up at some point, I think that Anya there's got a good sense of business acumen and might make a fine partner. There's a fair bunch of people that aren't particularly interested in making deals with Kadena without a matriarchal face to stick them to. You know what I'm saying?
She-
You know, Mimi knows.
She also flirts with you a lot.
well,
That's helpful.
That's two heads. You think you can handle two people we can vouch for?
If you can find some two good people who have some strong skills, then I think they'll be an asset to the ship.
One
Absolutely.
is a mercantile expert, and the other one's a demolitions expert.
Well, at your
One's a resourceful mercantile expert.
And she's cute.
I think they'll
Relevant,
make some
honestly.
there's some fine additions to our crew here.
that's a different story. We can certainly talk in that case. Absolutely.
Not to
If you
mention
know
the giant
some
ballista.
quality people who'd be interested in leaving this island and becoming positive shipboard companions, then absolutely, we can do that.
Could I be the cook
I,
aboard the ship?
yeah, if you're good at it.
I'm the best.
You
Sorry.
know, we wasps have a tradition where if the cook serves us a bad meal, we pitch them over the side.
That's never gonna happen.
Confidence. I love
I
it.
like your confidence
I like
indeed.
it.
Kind of like floods the wings a little bit.
Puffs up his branches.
Yes. No, I like you. I like you.
What's your favorite snack, by the way? What's your go-to?
Say it.
Fire whiskey, isn't it?
Maggie Cannon.
Let me hear it.
Fire whiskey.
Well,
Let me hear that boom whiskey.
my brother loved that stuff. I could never quite get a taste.
What's your
for it.
brother's name?
What? The,
Is
Brassic.
is
There.
Thank you.
Ass.
What's his backstory?
Tell me about his family history.
what's your relationship?
I'm very interested. Tell me
No,
about your
no.
religion. And
Have you ever had a real
can
conversation
you
with your
sing
father?
me your favorite bug song?
you can't tell him about him. He's in the Sentiments Anonymous.
Are wasps even real? Can you name 3 of
All right. All right, my fine friends, it sounds like we've got a trip back to Haven to make to get a last round of supplies and helping hands.
We can go and make a distraction for that behemoth to lure it away. Maybe give you enough time to sneak in there and get that core stone out. But if you want to take it on, we'll back you up best you can. Maybe your Haven resources can help you out in that case too.
Well, we're trying to haul a large amount of this core stone out here. I'm not really sure that quiet, stealthy, and quick is necessarily going to be the approach. Moving a large amount of this stuff is going to be an interesting little predicament. It's going to require some fine hands and some possibly fancy engineering.
Well, it helps that it floats, but yeah, it is quite bulky, and ripping it out of the
But
ground
it
is
does
definitely going to
also
cause
hurt
noise.
a little bit that it floats. Stuff can be hard to move exactly where you want it to. You lose a hold of that core stone can be going pretty much anywhere.
Besides, if we could kill the behemoth, that could make good eating.
Okay.
It's a
Well-
funny joke. Funny joke, Arutha. She's a comedian. She is.
I'm not that funny.
The cook can if the cook can cook a behemoth, that'd be pretty impressive. But lots of their parts can be very valuable as well. Very energy rich.
Now, I do remember before we ended last session, I needed some raw explosives, and they agreed to give me a little bit so I could take it back. Can I
Yeah.
just fill my backpack up with some boom?
Boom.
I hate that.
Let's see here. You'll get
I still got 1 grenade, but I need some raw explosives.
they'll be able to get you a supply of, let's see here. It would be a red ingredient. It's going to be coated core stone shavings is what it's going to be. These are bits that they've managed to shave out of the remnants of the core stone in the engine room that are coated with sort of an anodized insulation coating. It actually, when the stones crack, it creates a minor gravitic warp, which distorts the space and actually creates the explosive effect.
That was red and what?
Red quality 2.
Could we take a nap and maybe have something to eat before we head out? Cause
Oh yeah, absolutely. They are in no hurry to go send their people into harm's way to try to go like bait a behemoth. So they would much rather everyone kind of be up full and go and be ready to go and do things. As a note, you've pretty much explored everywhere around where you're gonna go, and there's no newer places on the island to go look at. You've basically found everything that's important. So if there's like, an ingredient you want to get, or if there's someone you want to go talk to, we can kind of just ad hoc you traveling there. It will take some time, and the weather under where you are right now, because you're sheltered underneath that floating continent above you, the weather is pretty minor here. It's almost negligible. So unless unless something catastrophic happens, you'll probably be okay with that too.
Like a behemoth.
Like a behemoth.
Like a behemoth. Behemoths are kind of catastrophic.
Well, I wouldn't mind spending some time observing that there behemoth.
Sure, absolutely. If you want to go scout it out, absolutely you can do that. So everyone can go ahead and rest and eat. The shelters of the camp will be fine to restore all of your stamina. No need to kind of do anything like that. Although, if you want to show off your cooking skills to try to impress your new bosses, feel free to give me a cooking test.
Do they have a bucket of water or like a sink?
You possess liquid.
For like 8 hours roughly. Like a bathtub, maybe.
I need to absorb it through osmosis.
A dirty puddle will be fine.
Some nutrient slurry for you.
Yeah.
Just face down in the rain outside.
Their water supplies are unfortunately quite far away, but in recognition of your grand service at retrieving the engine, they will pool enough of their water resources together to go and get you a bucket of water to stick your feet in.
Okay, thank you. I got 1 energy for that.
So, the shipbreaker worm with some good meat. I'm going to take that meat and I'm going to combine it with some starflower, which is very, very restorative and extremely bright ingredient. And I'm going to use it to build on a lily pad an appetizer selection to show them what I can do with even the roughest of ingredients.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Okay, give me that cooking test. The Starfire, I think, was quality 2, right? So it'd be difficulty 12 then.
Give me a minute, let me cook.
Let her cook.
Wow, that's awful.
We let her cook.
No, it's one success.
That's
One success. That's palatable. It's edible.
You turn
However,
food into food.
Here's
They
the
count
thing.
as quality 3 because I'm using the
Okay, so they'd actually be difficulty 11 then if it's
then
quality 3.
then I got 1 success and I don't have to spend my bless.
Okay, all right, so 1 success then. So you put these things together. The Courser crew have been encamped here for some time. They have eaten everything in the area and have tried it so many different ways to try some variety. You come up with something passable, but it's nothing that they haven't seen before.
But it's eatable.
But it's edible. It is edible. So you don't completely you can cook something. So there's that.
He looks sad. He's very tired. I need some fish. That's the problem. There's no fish here. We're gonna find some fish.
Why does the tree eat fish?
He doesn't, but it's a very important ingredient.
Fair enough.
Gotta set up the
Place the roots
sashimi
right in the
plate.
fish.
The roots just out in the creek.
He's fishing.
Horrifying to see that. You just surround a fish and
Well,
Just pulls him back in.
no. It's like if you have like a cat and it tries to get out of your lap and you're just like, no. Well, if you're looking to scout out that behemoth, we've stayed far away from it, so we don't really know anything about it. But maybe some of your friends back in Haven might be able to get you some information. and maybe some resources too to go help with it. Or of course, on your way back over, feel free to just to poke your head in its cave if it's not there.
Okay.
It didn't go well last time we did that.
I'll see what we can come up with.
It's very violent.
I would be surprised at the fact that you all thought it was a great idea to stick your heads in the cave, but honestly, having left you to your own devices, I'm really not that shocked.
We're curious at nature. we see something shiny, we're gonna go touch it. What do you expect?
That's
I
fair.
saw some perfectly good core stone, and you think I'm not gonna go try and lick it?
Like,
That man had his
fair.
tongue
I'd
out,
expect
ready.
Nothing less from you, Justal.
To be fair, we didn't actually see the big monster until we were pretty deep in there.
That too.
As you recall, the monster actually came back while you were there.
Yes, we were in the middle of it, and then it came home and it was like, "Oh, an intruder," and it got angry. Oh, it had babies too, I think.
What a
So
shocker.
It had babies.
Wait, it's got babies?
it had little ones in a pond outside. We also didn't see that, to be fair.
Baby behemoths?
Yeah.
Possibly.
I guess it makes sense. They don't all start quite that big.
Baby
Huh.
myths.
I thought they were kind of just created.
I don't
Maybe
want
you
to.
know about you've spent a lot of your life studying behemoths, haven't you?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard about baby behemoths before?
I thought those were
No.
just called dogs.
You want to spend a research point? I'll tell you about it.
Kind of
Sure.
implies that they breed.
Yeah.
Which kind of implies
I
there's at
can
least two
spend-
of them.
I can spend up to 1, 2, 3,
Maybe
4,
they're-
5, 6,
maybe
7,
they
8, 9, 10,
reproduce
12
asexually.
research points.
Well, you could ask me up to 12 questions about them. We could just start with, hey, are baby behemoths a thing? So, little talk about areas of knowledge. Our behemoth researcher over here knows about behemoths because, well, she's been researching them her whole life. So if you have an area of knowledge, you can spend a research point to basically, it's ask me a question. Or you're like, hey, what do I know about this? So in this case, what do I know about baby behemoths?
Yes.
There are no such thing as baby behemoths. Behemoths are created when an already large, impressive form of life is so infused with the power of the elemental winds that it mutates into weird, unforeseen form and generally becomes fairly violent. So that would mean that if there were baby behemoths in this thing's pond that it was looking after, it's probably not baby behemoths. They're probably something else.
Have there ever been any cases? Oh, let me mark that off. One.
Next point.
Next point. I've got 12 of these things, guys.
Now's the time.
From the
Um,
creator of the hit game, 20 questions.
20 questions.
12 questions.
12
The
questions.
exciting sequel.
Have there ever been any known like behemoths that have kept any sense of like?
Do they like
Brain?
having pets?
Yeah, like did they ever? I always thought like behemoths were like wandering monsters of just like I am monster and evil and stuff. But do they
Not
actually have
necessarily evil.
sentience?
Morality is a bit beyond most behemoths, but
Yeah, do they have any sentience left? Or
any
have there
sentience?
any, like,
Some of them do. Some of them can be. Some of them actually can be terrifyingly cunning. Some of them can even are almost you might say sentient, especially ones that are infused with great amounts of yellow energy. They almost exist in a sort of a dreamlike state, and the destruction that they wreak is almost incidental to their behavior. There's no deliberate aggression. It's just a consequence. They're not even paying attention. They're moving through something else, but they just so happen to step through your city and wreck parts of it.
BB, is there anything specific they like to eat?
Did you all happen to figure out what kind of
what
elemental alignment
color?
that thing was?
Yeah,
I was
what
about to
color
ask
is
if I can use a research point to see if I remember what elements it's with.
So
That's why I wanted to go take a look at
yeah,
it.
So that's not a thing you guys know,
you
okay.
didn't you got to look at it just quickly enough to
Run
be
away.
oh my god, it's a behemoth, and then ran. And you don't have area of knowledge behemoth, so you're not going to really be able to do much of that. But perhaps if you investigate, either if you go maybe check out its tracks, or if you maybe know other areas it may have frequented, you might be able to find some information there.
What color was the core stone that was in its cave?
Core
It was
stone.
sort of a lavender white.
Lavender
Oh, I
white,
kind of thought
okay.
the core stone was like the colors of Simon Says buttons.
Yeah, like I thought it would match with the wings.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like just an incredibly bright, like green. And it's like the
Aha!
purest
That's
essence of
that
green.
that dragon is weak to stabby weapons because it's green. Yeah, no, not quite.
Okay.
I got it.
All right, I thought I was onto something, but never mind.
Good effort, good effort.
Thank you.
Maybe we should just go take a look at it.
We're gonna go take a gander at that there behemoth, see what it has.
All right,
in
well,
store
don't get
for us.
eaten.
Okay.
I'm
Good
gonna go
advice.
tickle it.
You basically have the full run of the camp, so you come and go as you please. You're trusted members, so you can head on out and travel on over. It's only about a valley away. Oh, and you will kind of poke your noses over the hills and take a peek at the survey of the area. So what would you like to roll, or any particular thing you'd like to do to try to investigate this area?
What's the lay of
Research.
the land look like here? Is there like I guess if we're far enough away we don't need to worry about necessarily sneaking around or being particularly subtle, that's fine. But otherwise, I was going to see if we could weave some kind of local terrain camouflage, something akin to like a camo net or a ghillie suit kind of thing, just to keep a large distance, but be a little bit less visible while we're doing it.
Yeah, okay, we could work something out with that.
I could pretend to be a tree.
Because
You
I don't
could
know what this valley looks like or what's in it.
So the valley is full of scrap and fallen debris from the continent above. Normally, these plains are pocketed heavily or lightly, but it's always present with bioluminescent plant life, which is why they call this place the Star-Crossed Plateau, because it almost looks like stars are on different colored stars are glowing and twinkling on the ground, especially at a distance. This area, however, is barren of light. It is very, very dark. The barest ambiance of light can be seen kind of crusting over some of the hills, but it seems as though there is no light source anywhere in this area, so it is very, very dark. This means that to see your way, you kind of need to bring your own light source, but that will also make you stick out like a sore thumb.
right.
Can we try to find some of its scat?
Could. Yeah, that would be a hunting test. So we have a search. You're going to go searching. You're going to use a hunting skill.
I would be better using hunting than research.
The-
Are we checking the area or checking on the behemoth? 'Cause
Whatever
said
you
area.
want. It depends entirely up to you. I
The
mean, you're in
scat
the
would
area
be
first
in the
before you go
area.
to the behemoth. So
I'll do area
area. Okay.
and research.
Okay. You're using research. You said you want to use research.
Yeah, to check the area, and then hunting will be to check the behemoth. Unless I can use hunting for the area.
Oh, so you're using search or using research?
Research.
Okay. So research is. Do you have
Unless
any
you-
like research materials or?
No, I just have the research skill.
You just have the research skill. Okay. So research is sort of like a general knowledge area. It helps you kind of figure things out. I'll let you use it. You'll get some kind of like very vague.
Because I'm not digging through the area. I'm just trying to get the general idea of what's going on and like why this thing chose to live here.
Sure. We'll say DL 14.
2 success.
2 successes. So, okay. Kind of jump to the research skill. Okay, so looking here, the core stone cave is big. Right away, that's a good thing. Provides a lot of shelter. The core stone itself probably may have some strong energy within it that perhaps the behemoth feels a kinship to, but you haven't known core stone to necessarily be. It's not like the energy source in the storms itself. Core stone is almost a byproduct of the actual sundering of the world, as opposed to a product of the elemental winds flowing through it. So the core stone itself, likely not. Although there are some life that's evolved to go and feast on core stone. Certainly the yellow lichen you found in the engine room that had destroyed the core stone aboard the Courser was certainly one. But you didn't see any of that here, and the behemoth didn't really seem to be involved with it that much. The large pool that seems to be there could be a water source for the behemoth. Perhaps it drinks it, and that could be something useful for it. But in particular, why it would pick this particular place, there's something else going on here. You're certain. You're almost certain as you think about this. There's something else going on here that you're missing that would explain to explain the behemoth's behavior. Because otherwise, like, the cave's kind of big, but otherwise, why would it pick this particular, like, it's really bad layer. Its nest is half out of the cave. when you saw it, as you recalled. So that doesn't really explain it. There's missing information here.
It's gotta have something to do with what it likes to eat. That's why I wanted to see what its poop is kind of like. So if we could see what it's what's coming out, we know what it likes going in.
Give me a hunting test. Difficulty level 12.
I'm not particularly good at hunting.
Don't worry, I got it. Hunting, fishing is all up to J-Star.
And research, apparently.
Well, that's one success.
One success. Okay. So
With my bless.
Okay. So we'll go and say that a single success, you creep your way closer to the cave where you remember it, and you kind of...
Actually, make it 2. With my goggles. Turn a partial
it's a new
success
day.
into a full
Yeah, it's a new
success.
day. It's a new day. Okay. So you get to the... Okay. You creep closer to the cave, and as you round a chunk of debris, you stop short because the first thing you see is there's the behemoth in its giant nest.
I'm gonna go tip it.
Yeah.
Behemoth tipping.
It seems to be not. It definitely hasn't noticed you. You're not positive if it's asleep per se, but the whole body is coiled around the pool, and there's definitely still movement going on, but you get a good look at it. The engineer mentioned that this thing was called the spider fly, and you can kind of see why. This thing has a number of very arachnid legs coming out of it in pairs, moving down its body, and a number of, I'd probably say about 6 of these massive wings moving out of its back, these insectoid wings. These wings are all kind of fluttering a bit, but they are huge. You're positive that this thing could take to the air if it wanted to, and likely wouldn't just be relegated to walking around on the ground, which makes it probably a bit more terrifying as it moves about. You can't quite see it, but it doesn't seem to be bathing in the pool or drinking from the pool, but rather coiled around the pool is what you're noticing. So there's something about that pool that might maybe there's something there that's explaining its behavior.
And how would I get an inclination of what kind of energy this thing might be? I'm going ahead and speculate it's very likely going to be green, red, and the opposite of yellow and blue. But
those would be the 4 possibilities you just went through right there.
Is there actually a way to tell?
So
It's large and aggressive, so I have an inclination, but
yeah, that would definitely imply that it's high levels of aggression would imply that, you know, maybe an aggressive approach to this thing would be a bad idea. You'd be trying to out-aggress something that's very aggressive already. So that would, just from what you've heard about it, that's probably like maybe red wouldn't be the way to go. Further details as to what does work on it, well, you could certainly test your theory to see if maybe if you want to sneak up on it yourself.
Did he get an idea of what it eats?
He did not. No, you were not able to find any scat. But you were able to notice its behavior and see that it seems to be very focused on the pool. It's neither what is, it doesn't drink out of the pool and it doesn't bathe in the pool. It seems to have something in the pool that it's protecting.
So you said it's got a nest here in this cave. That's like a physical, actual nest? Because you said it was like half in, half out of this cave.
It's huge. The nest is, and I call it a nest because it's really, if you think of like, not so much a nest like it lays
it's a
eggs
nest
in
like
it.
An apartment block is a nest for one person.
Yeah, essentially. It curls up on this area of ground and it flattens that area out, and whatever else is there gets pushed to the side to make room for this
so it's
thing.
not like making a nest. There's no
eggs in it.
Well, but it's not bringing anything in particular. That
it
can
hasn't
look
constructed
through to see,
anything.
Like, okay,
It's
it's
like
just
it just
it's so
worn
big,
a
it
nest.
just makes a bunch of space.
Correct.
like
correct.
a deer's bed in
Yeah, so it's nothing I
grass.
could like look and see what it would have been looking at to bring in or anything like that.
Well, in either case, you'd probably want to wait for it to leave before you did something.
I was
like
thinking
that.
if it was so big that half it wasn't even in the cave, I could just go to the far end of the nest and.
Correct. Yeah, and in fact, the pool is closer. Is half in, half out of the cave. So the nest is actually is forced to be out of the cave, which also is odd because then it's not using the cave for shelter at all, really. It just doesn't make sense why
it
it
still
would stay
is
here.
underneath that island up there, so it doesn't necessarily need a ton of shelter. Ain't nothing to shelter from, really.
I guess we could try to wait for it to leave and see what that lake is all about.
We should make our way back to Haven. Meet up with a couple of people, see what we can get going, and then we can check this back again on our way back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Much the course of camp is a home, I suppose.
House.
Ship.
Ship.
All right, well, come on, friends. Let's get moving.
You cross the Starcross Plateau, heading back to Haven. You will pass by the Temple of the Sleeping Goddess, with floating cricket song serenading you still as you pass it. The cricket song, by the way, sounding very akin to like a string quartet, because the crickets are intelligent and have figured out how to modulate the vibrations of their legs to create some quite attractive and beautiful music.
Neat.
You further follow the path, the very faint path, back towards the lake shore, passing again once by the remains of the mushroom farm and the farmer who met a very grisly end, unbeknownst to him, trying to farm these dangerous, life-sapping mushrooms.
Poor guy.
And then make your way back to the lakeshore where the boat that you took over here is, in fact, exactly where you left it. A simple matter to get back in and row your way back across Dragonfly Lake to get to Haven. After some time, and it's a fair bit of travel. It was probably almost a day's travel to make it all the way back here. Yeah, it's like half a day. It's like half a day's travel. It would be sort of late afternoon by the time you would make it back to Ambrose's Pier, who, very happy to see all of you come back, certainly wasn't sure if you would or not, welcomes you back and says, my spectacular Ajana wanted me to direct you to go see her in the mansion as soon as you arrived.
Oh, fantastic. Just the lady we're looking for.
Please, thank you. I'll take care of the boats. Don't have to worry about them. Haven continues to be bustling with activity. The ringing of Anya's cart, certainly the loud banging coming from Spikehead's workshop, as well as the general hubbub and bustle of the town's inhabitants going about their lives. Ajana's mansion, as always, stands proud and tall in the center of the city. Town. It's town.
Cave.
Hole.
Yeah. Cave hole, right. And
Abode.
of course, down a side street, your very proud ramshackle shack, your very own.
The place that we live.
Yep.
Well, I guess for now we're heading.
The Quake
unless
Shack.
Anyone's got any other ideas? Pretty much straight to with Jana's mansion.
That
Yep.
sounds
Figure
about
that's
right to
the
me.
First meeting we got to have here in town.
Spectacular. Well, you're quickly shown in to Ajana's mansion. There is, in fact, a addition to the gallery. There's a number of small works which seem to have been, well, cobbled together from scrap, because that's what exists here, but arranged in an artistic manner. A number of different styles, it seems as though, and there's actually a little placard that's sort of proclaiming the first annual Haven Art Show submissions by. And there's 5 different artists who have decided to go and submit little submissions for
What do they
Ajana's
look like?
art gallery. They're not very impressive.
What are the submitters' names?
Who won?
Exactly. The person who won is one who actually, you see a scene from Spikehead. Spikehead has actually...
They have a
My
name.
man.
He's a
Spikehead
cutest.
has apparently put together a scene constructed entirely of iron spikes welded into various shapes, creating what appear to be actual centimen with legs in various poses, working. One of them, one sentimen is hammering, another is under the table, assembling what appears to be, well, just junk, really, but that's what they're working with. But it's very unique. It's all been welded and hammered together, much in Spikehead's sort of fashion of the way that he'd do something.
His signature.
His signature. It was probably quite noisy to put this together, and it took the prize, actually. Which it actually said, according to the placard, was 5 caddy coins paid out by the mayor.
$5 whole. Spikehead's doing good for himself.
I was expecting like live dynamite, and if he didn't get first place, he just lights the fuse.
Like a Banksy thing.
His abstract
I-
expressionism is very, very chic.
Suppose we'll continue on to find the Janas. If she is waiting for us for a meeting, or well, I guess it's not like she's sitting there waiting, but I'm sure she will be available if we're
Well,
here. I'm sure she wants to talk to us
when
as bad as we
players
wanna
don't
talk
look
to
at
her.
NPCs, they just stand there. Sometimes
if
they
they're
keep
not
them.
being perceived,
The T-pose.
they unload.
You're shown back to Ajana's sitting room. There's a sort of a chiming sound in the background. You're again served a healthy tasting, nutritious tea snack. Yours has a small shot of boom whiskey that's been put into it.
I'm gonna give myself
She
some energy
remembered.
right now.
Very kind of her.
Welcome back, friends. Thank you so much for returning. How was the wreck of the Courser? What were those fools up to over there? And do you sense any danger to the island?
No, they ain't no danger. They're just playing around with stuff that ain't working. They're doing good all along their lonesome though.
What are they up to over there then? You seem to just anything at all?
Well, there's a lot of arguing really. There's a whole lot of talk about the navigators wanting to fix the ship and the wasps wanting to demo everything and build new, and they don't got a core stone, so they ain't going nowhere.
They kind of split the two tribes over there, actually, it seems. They've kind of gone down faction lines, the spiders and the wasps, and they don't seem to be able to agree on a whole lot.
All right. Well, good. Certainly worried that they were about to start blasting holes in the island or something of that sort, looking for core stone. They
Well,
really-
they did have a juvenile, whatchamacallit?
Shipbreaker worm.
But our friends here
Is
took care of
dead.
that. So
Yeah, we killed it.
Any
killed
problem
it.
that would have had has been resolved nicely.
All right.
I made biscuits out of it.
Oh,
You made a dough-based food out of meat?
it's like a lobster roll. Yeah, it's-
Incredible.
It's a shipbreaker biscuit.
The Ajana kind of nods for a bit and says, "Well, your promised reward," and she'll reach into underneath the seat and pull out what appears to be a serviceable rifle. Wooden furniture,
Just a gun.
barrel. It is literally a gun. I mean, it's what she said she was going to give you. But
yeah.
looking at it, it is bolt action. She has a small pouch of rounds that go with it that seem to be rather sizable as far as guns go. It's better than the guns you don't have.
That's not true. I got a nail gun.
That's true. You do have a nail
We have
gun.
a welding gun.
It's a 50 cal.
This is going to be card T4. Feel free to flip that. I4. Feel free to flip that over. It's not the. It's a precision hit with this will do tremendous amounts of damage. However, it is if winging things. This is really more for precision aimed shots, and as such, it is a yellow weapon.
Thank you.
Does anyone in particular want this one?
Oh, it has the range trait. Obviously, I forgot to write that on the card. By
I
the way.
wouldn't mind upgrading my nail gun if someone wants that.
I like nails.
Here you go.
Never really been much for shooting. Personally, I kind of fall back on the sticks myself.
I've got an axe and I've also got a stick actually. We didn't
Got
talk
good
about
sticks.
this, but so I'm good.
What is an axe but a stick with a wide blade?
And the nail gun does give woodworking +2.
Oh, very nice. Thank you.
You can work your own wood.
Work your own
The gun gives you murdering +2.
surgery.
Yeah.
You just give yourself piercings.
Well, you all have once again come through, and certainly have made me quite impressed with your resourcefulness and your resilience. And I'm thinking that, well, perhaps there's something that we can talk about as well. Many people at Haven, when they arrive, their sole dream is to escape this place. But we look around, and she'll gesture out the window that's here, and you can kind of see the city kind of bustling, is we've built a really nice life here. And, some people will never give up on the dream of leaving, but I, for one, am looking to stay and make life good here for everybody who exists, and for all of the citizens of Haven, yourselves included. I understand if you'll be looking to still find a way to leave, but if you... And the island still is unstable, but perhaps there are ways that we could stabilize the island, or at least repair it. Delay the problem, maybe. Dr. Giles has some idea, which seems a little odd, but it's the It's the only one who's come up with, and the only one who's brought one to me. If any of you have ideas, I don't know if any of you have something of a scientific background by chance, would you?
Not on a planetary scale.
Stabilizing an entire island seems like an incredible endeavor. Certainly not impossible, I'd imagine. With enough knowledge, know-how, wherewithal, determination, some fine sticks.
There it
I
is.
think if you built this good city here, Mr. Jana, you could get pretty much anything done.
What's Giles's idea?
Oh, he's a rust cap, and those mushroom folk, they tend to have these sorts of symbiotic philosophies that kind of moves out into all of their ideas. He wants to build an artificial heart for the island fed with core stone to push new life energy into the island to hold it together. I don't entirely fully understand it myself, but of course you would need a sufficient deposit of core stone, and you'd need a heart big enough, likely a behemoth size, to actually make it work. But I mean, if his idea does work, it could buy maybe even years of time for this island.
If you had that kind of power, I imagine you could find a far better solution with that than just trying to fix this island. Hell, you could use something like that to build your own ship.
Of course we could build our own ship, but what's waiting back up there in the middle layer?
Well, an island that's not falling apart, for one.
An island that doesn't require upkeep.
But it's the same people who threw us on this island are still up there. If you were to escape on a ship, you'd be pirates at best, wanted men certainly.
Well, how many islands did you get thrown off of? All you got to do is not go back to the island where they don't like you.
Like you said, there's a whole lot of islands out there, Jana. Plenty of a whole world of possibility. Endless markets just sailing through the sky.
Well, there is sentimentality to having this place here. I mean, clearly they worked really hard in this.
As I said,
Built up a fine town.
I'm rather attached to this place and the people in it. I certainly understand if you still want to leave, and I don't blame you whatsoever. But if you wish to stay...
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Maybe our hope will die out at some point, but
And if that time comes,
dreams happen.
you know, we'll come crawling back with our tails tucked between our legs, ready to help you build an island hardcore thing or whatever.
Well, you will, as long as you stay on the island, you'll always have a house here.
Awfully
Yep.
nice of you.
Well, pleasure doing business with you.
Ajana will nod and kind of stare out the window, a little wistfully looking over her town as you all
My
leave.
very own island.
It occurs to you that maybe what Morrig said a little bit about her, she might be a little myopically focused on her position of power here and might not be too keen to give it up, but...
Well, it is certainly going to be a shame when this thing falls into the boiling pits of hell down there, but good luck to you.
Yeah, we're not going to be here, so...
Wish you the best of your plans.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Or make your
fuel this with
excuses.
the
Move your layout.
Let's dip, guys. It's time.
I think it's time to go.
All right, and you find yourselves back out into the city. It is getting on into night, so things are starting to quiet down. You maybe have one more place you could poke your head in before it's time to turn in for the night.
Oh, I was,
Fortunately, in your very own house.
I was imagining we'd be possibly able to split up real quick. I was going to see if I could go find Anya before she turns in her card for the evening, and
I got
you
some
could go head over
explosives to go
Spikehead.
deal with.
I'm
We can meet
gonna
back up at our place, rest for the evening, and head back out.
join with you. I want to see if I can get more chimes.
I
Well,
kind
you
of
could
want to
possibly
talk
have
to
all
the
chimes that
mushroom
you can
man.
handle, Carvey, if she comes along with us.
Mushroom Man, okay, great. And what's Mimi gonna do?
Well, I'm just thinking here, guys, just keep an eye on out for things that we may, may be useful. You know, we have that, we don't have much of that sleep-inducing grass left. That might be, might have given some of that, the last of that over to our dealership over there. But if you guys, can think of anything that we might be able to, dizzy or sleep or
I was
laxatives. Like, there's
Dad-
been a couple key words around here that might help us a little bit.
I have
was
some
thinking-
dark lily left over we could
She was
use.
looking for poop. What if we make him poop?
Well, now we got poison and some brand new explosives.
Well,
True. I mean, I think poison might work out better than explosives, since we know it's a kind of aggressive versus aggressive kind of thing. Doesn't work out too well.
Well, I'm
But-
thinking make a poison bomb, poison all the babies in the lake,
Could we? Okay, because this
piss
is
off the behemoth.
this is a big wild animal. We're already kind of I assume we're not in public anymore. I assume we're standing somewhere a little more quiet.
You can like go off to a side corner or
Okay,
something.
we're already kind of dooming this whole city by taking the core stone. So what if instead?
There's a couple core stones, right?
They've
We'll
made
be
it perfectly
fine.
fine here long enough to build
So
up
what
the
if-
city, Carvey, so they'll probably be fine longer.
What if instead of killing the behemoth, which seems like a very difficult thing, we kind of just distract it, make it go away for a while, take the core stone, then go? Because it seems more interested in the pond than the big stone itself.
That's true. My only possible concern is that our courser camp isn't terribly far away from this behemoth's lair, and we are trying to engineer a ship that could fly us off of this fine island. Flying, the thing this behemoth seems like it too is more than capable of doing.
So my proposal is we talk to our cricket friends who seem to love change very much and are really good at being loud and making noise. So we have them figure out we work with them to figure out a way to distract it, to make it go away for a while. We set up something that makes it look like the pond is in danger. Like we just have a circle of fire around it so that it has to be distracted by that and doesn't see us flying away.
We're mass affecting the ending.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
I have a
Collecting all
question.
of our allies for one last hurrah.
Do we have enough core stone in that to do both?
We don't know. We haven't gotten any core stone at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to go find Anya.
I bet
Yeah,
while
just
we were
keep an
in
eye
there.
It's getting late.
You were not in there for very long. You saw
Okay.
like some floating pieces of it that indicated a larger deposit, but you didn't really get to survey it before you had to book it.
Okay.
Lanya, okay, moving around, you
Not hard to
kind
find, I imagine.
of move your legs pretty fast. It's evening time, but you do hear a little click-a-clack of her cart. And rounding a corner, you can see her there, actually pushing it up a side alley where it looks like her abode is.
Ah, Anya, perfect timing. Sauce like a hot sauce stick for you. Right into your shift, it seems.
Indeed, Saul. So good to see you again.
You recall my fine friend Carvey here?
Hello.
You still have like 2 chimes.
I have 2 chimes on me constantly ringing.
Ah.
Hello.
I heard you coming a block away. You can see how effective the chimes are. I'm
Thank you.
glad they're working out well for you.
Thank you so much.
I actually have some extra ones in stock.
Oh my god! And he pulls out the cooling spray. And he hands it to her.
I'll put my hand on
Oh,
top of it.
how useful! Excellent. And
You're too
she'll
late.
go and actually
too quick.
bring you she has it in a box, actually. You open this little wooden box, and on a cushion of grass,
Oh.
there
Oh.
are 2 beautiful shiny sets, polished metal to make these, actually.
She knows her
She was
audience.
ready
God.
for you,
She
Carvey.
knows now.
There's like she opens the case and light shines out of it to your choir.
Carvey's eyes are sparkling.
Like, oh my god! I go, this is the best day of my life. And I enter the coolant.
I love a satisfied customer.
I have literally no other business, and I leave.
Okay, well, forget my friend here. He's very easily excited. But,
I see why. If he's half as excited about sticks as he is about these chimes, I can see why he's your
you find
friend.
he's half as excited about a great number of things, which brings me to our next subject here. You still particularly excited in some interesting information about the island, the situation, the area around us, my fine Anya?
Of course,
Because
I
I
am.
have some particularly juicy information.
Oh,
for
you don't say so. Well, I am, of course,
Is it a
always
date?
good for a deal on information. Information for rumors. Certainly your last bit was spectacular. Oh my goodness. I was able to corner the market on swamp grass in this entire town. I have made a fortune.
Well, I think you'll be able to find with this information I've got here, you're going to find yourself an even better market than that one. But I am going to say it's not going to come terribly cheap.
Yes, naturally, the best of information never does. But it's okay. I certainly understand the value of good information.
Let me be clear here. This information we're going to be trading is going to have you parking your entire cart somewhere else entirely, I believe. Rid of Haven, perhaps for good.
Somewhere mobile?
Anywhere.
Somewhere aerial, perhaps?
Maybe.
Yes, indeed. This is quite valuable indeed. Please, come inside. And she will just kind of turn around and just kind of usher
She's
you
going
around.
to eat me, because that's how spider dates work. I'm going to die.
Your head is about to get ripped off.
But
that
boy,
would
are
be
you
a
going to
man.
enjoy
Oh, my
it.
bad. My brain
Spiders
was
just eat them. Mantis,
follow.
choose the head.
These are daddy long legs, thank you. As far as I know, they don't have a violent bone in their exoskeleton.
I have no idea. I know literally nothing about the biology of a daddy longleg.
Well, I
Daddy
don't
long
either.
legs, like,
I
not
know that
actually
they're very
spiders.
kind little lads, and apparently they do bite. Their teeth are just so tiny they can't break.
I was
human
told they
skin.
bite and do have poison, but they're too tiny to
Yeah,
break
no, that's
skin.
what I'm saying. Like they
so-
absolutely bite. They just literally can't get through skin. Their teeth are so tiny.
Take that, losers.
Stupid idiots.
Take that against my awesome
My
skin.
natural attack is literally just biting. Like I could just bite people.
But it works like 1%
But you
of the
have
time.
tiny teeth.
Well, I'm a big boy, all right. So it kind of evens out. The
Yeah, so
size of my head, but-
if we ever met a daddy long legs the size of a person, it could be a problem.
Yeah,
like,
I think they could probably break the skin.
yeah, they could probably break the skin. It would be unpleasant. You'd want a baseball bat or something.
Several, perhaps.
Stop. Wow.
Anyway,
Anyway,
follow her inside.
She'll tell you inside. Her house is a tiny, narrow little loft. Goes up actually a couple of
How does
different
she get the
floors.
cart up here?
It parks right in on the bottom floor. It fits in really nicely,
Fair
actually.
enough.
And she will kind of effortlessly climb up the walls onto the second floor and beckon you up after her. As a Kadena, it's no trouble whatsoever to get up here. It's almost like it was designed that way. Spectacular rent I got on this place. Absolutely a steal. Of course, no one else can use it but me, but...
It's a very nice little abode you've got here, Anya, but I think we could find you something much better on, well, pretty much any other island in Sentima, I believe.
One of the main reasons why I'm so interested to get out of here. All right, so if you can get me off this island, I will support you in almost any way you need.
So here's the thing, and I'll cut this right to the direct center of the deal here. We have got an opportunity. We've been out to the wreck of the Corsair, and a bunch of several of my friends, you met them before, Carvey included, have met with the fine folk working out over there. And it turns out there's not really a whole lot standing between them and anywhere else here in this world. They've got a functional engine from that wreck. All they have to do is build a deck for it. That's easy enough. But there is one small catch. And that's that it needs some core stone.
Yes, the
Found some.
rarest equipment.
But we found some.
Have
Found
you?
a pretty good supply of it, actually. There's a cave a little ways between here and there, not terribly far out of the way, but it's going to be a little bit of a complicated maneuver. And I was hoping that perhaps some of your knowledge, your expertise, and your fine goods you've collected here may aid us in trying to extract some of it. If you can help us get it out, we can help you get off-world.
Well, I dare say that there may be something about helping you out with this. So you need to get past that behemoth, possibly
know
even
about it.
kill it.
I imagine it's probably hard not to know about. This island isn't that big. But yes, past or through. You know, either way, wherever the stick falls.
Indeed, indeed. No, the behemoth is quite well known around here. It's not the most subtle of things. But the people you're going to want to talk to... Yes, you're going to want to talk to Violus. He's the arena master. He actually saw it and saw what it did to someone.
Oh, we've seen it too, actually. We've been all the way inside his lair.
But he might be able to give you some information about how to get around it. If you need materials or anything to distract it, learn what you can from him, and I will be more than happy to supply you with whatever materials you need.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose we'll take a stop by the arena in the morning. So, I say with this plan here, this certainly isn't probably the first time that a fine woman like yourself has been told this by a new arrival on the island, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, believing they could find a way off. I think we got a lot of confidence in this plan here. We've got the resources, we've got an opportunity that I don't think has appeared at this particular sector of the world before. Something really doable. Something, well, maybe worth journeying out to the Corsair wreck for, if you wanted to join us in our travels sometime tomorrow morning, heading out that way. See what we can assemble, see what we can put together. Join our fine Core Stone Recovery Force. A workshop in the name, but we'll get something with stick involved, surely.
Yes, indeed. She starts looking around her room a bit, and she'll go down to the cart, remove the chimes, go up to her window, hang it in the window, and kind of look over her cart a bit. Thinks, I'm going to head out a bit early, actually. Perhaps I will meet you tomorrow morning on the pier on the other side of the lake.
Perfect.
Well outside of Ajana's jurisdiction.
Fair enough, and probably wise as well. See, this is why you were my first thought, the forefront of my mind when they asked us who from Haven might be worth having a passage on this here ship we're about to build.
I knew when I first saw you that you were a resourceful, young, handsome Kadena to go and whisk me away from this awful place.
Well, it takes a pretty good amount of effort to make it in the Kadena merchant world as, a male Kadena. I do what I can.
Indeed, indeed. Well, you have a very pleasant evening. I have preparations to make. Terribly sorry I don't have too much time otherwise, but you've quite filled up my schedule.
Oh, it sounds like I have plenty to be doing myself. I will see you tomorrow morning then.
And she will show you out.
Get alive!
You walk in the street and Carvey's standing in the center. He's got all 3 tied on him and he's just spinning. They're all just chiming at the same time.
I just look down,
He's blissful.
You've never seen such zen.
put 2 of my hands out on his shoulder, kind of stop him, spinning there.
What have you done?
Good news, Carvey. We're going to have a whole lot more supplies than we were hoping for this particular core stone recovery.
More chimes or more like other stuff that...
Both and or either, I believe.
This
Come on.
sounds excellent.
Let's get some rest. I think we're going to have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Hope our friends have as much success talking to Spikehead.
All right.
All right. So, moving over to, I guess we'll bounce over here to you. I believe you want to go talk to the doctor.
Do you know the Mushroom Man?
The Mushroom Man. The Mushroom Man actually is fairly easy to find. He's a little clinic tucked away. He has a little signboard hanging over. You managed to make it there just before closing. Kind of pop his head up, rust caps with this bright scarlet mushroom hood speckled with white, and he'll look up as you walk in. Huh? Oh, are you hurt?
No, do I look hurt?
Well, you're in a clinic.
Oh, I thought you were the doctor.
I am the doctor. It's why I'm asking if you're hurt.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, you're that kind of doctor. I thought you were like a scientific doctor.
Are there other kinds of doctors?
Okay.
Like two NPCs glitching out.
They were not programmed to talk to each other. This interaction was never meant.
You're not also
making an
a
AI chat with
doctor,
itself.
are you? And it kind of narrows his eyes suspiciously.
No, I'm a cook.
Oh. Okay. All right. You can stay then.
He's a quack, too. All of this is a quack.
Could we talk about Corestone?
Huh? Corestone. Oh, you've been talking to Ijana.
Yeah, she talks.
Ah, I told her about my plan to stabilize the island. I figured out why the island falls apart. It's because the island, how do I say it? It's kind of like it's sad. And it
Like
just,
wilted?
it
Like
just-
lettuce?
Yeah, like lettuce. It just doesn't have the heart to pull it together. But if we get Corestone and we get a behemoth heart, Corestone is the heart of the islands normally. It just needs more heart. And you put the heart with the other heart, and now it's a bigger heart, and it's gonna make the island stay.
Did you study my logic before you started talking about this character?
Study it, dude. I've known you for years. It's infectious, good sir. You have any engrams up here, or just derps craziness?
So what you're saying is, if we get the heart of a behemoth and combine it with the heart of a stone, we get a stable island.
We get a bigger heart, and it's going to stabilize the island. I just know it. Ijana seemed to think it was a good idea when she talked to me.
How much Corestone are we talking?
Oh, like a lot. Like you need kind of holds his mushroom arms out. It's about as far as they go. At least this much.
Are there any specific measurements you could give me? Is it just branch sized? Like in branch terms. Like how big of a branch would I need?
I've never understood branch terms. I could never rack my head around it. But I could tell you it in hats and kind of holds his little arms up
Okay.
down of the
He
mushroom.
he looks happier at this. Then give me a cap.
I would say 2 caps. I need 2 caps length of Corestone.
Could I measure your cap with my branch?
I don't know how I feel about this.
Well, I'm not gonna have you with me, so I have to have some idea in terms I can understand.
All right,
Your
all right,
average
he'll begrudgingly
metric
let you
versus,
measure his cap with your
imperial.
branch.
He'll take a branch measurement and he'll kind of draw a little line on himself.
You get a rough measurement in cubits of how big a Corestone you need.
How much is that in furlongs?
In furloughs? Well, it's going to be measured in fathoms, actually. We're going to
Okay.
measure the core stones in fathoms.
How many leagues?
Can we do it by
And a
weight?
hit.
Can we get it in stone?
Oh, no, I need this in PSI.
In PSI, if you do it in PSI, well, maybe we could actually do it with volumes. We could measure like a gross of core
How
stone.
many like watts?
I just need a hand.
What's
hand
the
measurement,
homage of
hand
this
measurement.
measurement?
I mean, technically, I suppose core stone would be measured in gravitons. Now that I think of it,
How many
it's an anti-gravity
gravitons?
effect. That's really the important bit.
So
Glad we're here.
We're all here for this. And you're here for this too at home. But thank you for this, by the way. I don't know. I hope you found that entertaining.
I want to yes and I just don't know enough measurement bits. Like, I don't know how to.
If it sounds like we're making them up, we're not. But you could make things up, and we wouldn't know. So
okay, so we're gonna need 2 caps of core stone to make the heart of a child.
no. You need to pay more attention. It's the heart of the island with the heart of the monster makes a big heart. It's not that complicated. Are you sure that you're up for this? I mean,
I'm gonna be fine. I can cook.
okay, all right. I mean, Ijana is really like scraping the barrel with you guys. Huh? Is that
You said it.
okay? All right. Well.
I'm
I'd probably suggest you go talk to Velos. He knows a lot about the behemoth on the island, and
I'm gonna go talk to Velos.
and
It's gonna
he's-
be great.
He's gonna know. The arena is probably gonna close soon though, so
Okay,
maybe
maybe
go see him
tomorrow.
Yeah, I go tomorrow.
Okay.
You're sure you're not a doctor, right?
I am a tree. I would have the rooted, although I could heal people and cook.
Eh. Well, just you don't heal people in my town. You understand me?
No, I wasn't planning on it. I would
the
never
last
heal.
tree that tried
Died?
left.
I thought you were going to say something different.
We're still pen pals.
I'm his godfather.
I heard him.
He was the best man at my wedding.
Are you doing anything for dinner?
I've got some ant corpse to go eat, so I'm good, thank you.
Oh. I was just a little lonely and I was hoping for a dinner companion, but I guess I can go.
Can you leave now?
Okay.
See, the problem is you're not a pyromaniac. This guy would have loved me.
I can't breathe.
All right, and you have a direction for the next morning as
Bye.
Dr. Gillis gives you some information. Doctor, you're not quite as
I don't
sure
know.
about that title.
It's
as you
ER
leave.
at the end.
Yeah,
Doctor.
And finally, we have actually, I believe Mimi was going somewhere different too, right?
They're going to.
You're both going to Spikehead?
Spike.
Hey, Spike! I got something for you.
You make your way to Spikehead, and the clanging is still continuing, maybe slowing down a bit. There seems to be a city ordinance and conditions restricting Spikehead from working during certain hours.
The radius is
That
his
makes
shop.
sense. That makes sense.
And you make it in. Loud noise, banging, grinding. Spikehead is on a different wall this time, working with some levers, which appear to maybe do something aside from making noise. You definitely see other mechanics moving as he's grinding these levers. He'll turn around and Tenny will kind of perk a bit. He sees you come in. Hello! Welcome back, you two! I hope your other companions didn't die out in the wilderness.
Nobody died, but I got something special for you.
And I'm going to lay out our brand new explosives on the table. 3 whole batches of it.
Anodized cornerstone and grenades! Well, you've done Spikehead a grand gesture. You can use my workshop anytime you want. He goes, scoops down and picks them up and starts holding them up to like his ballista, just kind of and then he kind of starts digging around, pulling out different canisters, seeing how they'll fit in. These canisters seem to have been pre-shaped to fit onto the end of the ballista bolts. That next ship that comes by won't know what hit it. I got one better for you. What if Why are you talking so funny? I'm just curious. You sick or something? Sounds like you got a rasp in my voice. You got a bug in your throat, I think.
No, this is just him very excited.
Well, I do understand it. Explosions are contagious, you know.
God, I hope.
How's it going?
It's going good. I love this interaction.
We are testing the audio. we're putting it to the test.
Please let us know if the audio has been destroyed by this conversation. I'm definitely curious.
My brain has been destroyed by this conversation.
You're the one to say that?
Yeah.
You? Really?
I'm gonna say
Really?
everyone's
I mean-
racking up spectacular conversations.
We have had 2 incredible NPCs back to back.
Well, what would you think about taking the ballista and trying it out tomorrow?
We having a ship come by? I'll shoot it out of the sky.
We're making a ship.
You're making a ship.
How does that get me my air bike? It gets you your air bike because it gets us core stone. There's a behemoth. And he's blocking us.
You want to use my ballista on a behemoth?
That's right.
Yes.
But that gets you core stone for your bike.
Oh, you purred.
Oh, you like that
That's good. That's good. I speak cat. That's good. That's
one?
good.
That's
Great.
really good. It means he's comfortable. Well, now that you mention it, our behemoth pods could be quite useful. We get the antennae out, they'll send energy signals out, and when a ship comes by, they'll vibrate, and I'll know a ship is coming by, and I can shoot it down and take its parts.
Now that's some ingenuity you got right there.
That's right, that's right. Those antennae are mine. I'll help you murder that behemoth and take its parts.
You got a deal.
Well, I'm working through the night.
And Spikehead goes, ordnance entirely forgotten, gathers up the explosives, and starts smashing his machinery together to go and work on these explosive ballista bolts.
Oh, I have a migraine now.
Great. Good work.
That's just how wasps like to communicate. You know.
Well, I've heard weirder things, but I'm not sure when. So, great. I'm glad we've got him.
You spoke at a pitch where I'm not even sure. I heard it, but I didn't like listen. I just didn't register.
Sound.
Yeah.
Sound in my ears.
I need to drink water now. Excuse me.
I can keep it up for a little bit longer before I start actually vomiting blood.
I'm pretty sure my glass is cracked.
Well, sweet. I mean, if we can get that ballista tested out tomorrow on that behemoth, we could just lure it out, go pew pew, and then maybe behemoth go dead. And if not, then I mean, we
I'm
just
sure it'll be
hide.
that easy.
Yeah, I mean,
Behemoth
we'll
just go dead. It's just
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens.
Hopefully, we'll just hide, and it'll be fine. I don't know. We'll see. I do.
Need
That
to go
ba-
get earplugs after that?
No. It's kind of soothing sometimes once you get into it. Yeah, I like it.
As you walk away from the Spikehead shop, the clanging almost just seems to intensify, and one of the night watch, one of the Imperiati patrolling the streets, kind of stops by, looks up at Spikehead's workshop, looks over at the time of night as the sun has gone down, and kind of shakes his head, and he says under his breath, "All right, just one more rotation, and starts walking.
You know what would be better for our ship is a ship with a ballista on it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Perhaps after Spikehead has found good use for it, we could strap it to the
shoot
front.
all of the ships
Yeah,
in the air if they started chasing us.
it's a very good point.
The life of a pirate seems to come naturally to me.
We're really leaning into the pirate bit, huh?
We're good. Yeah, it's our new thing now.
Well,
It's fine.
John is like, well, if
Pirates.
you left on a ship, you'd just be pirates. And he's like, oh, yeah, I better prepare.
Oh, that's
I'd
a
better-
great
I
better
idea.
arm the
I need
ship.
an eye patch and a gun.
Our brain wasn't unified enough. It's time we need to get it under an umbrella now.
I'm just waiting to fly off this little island, and then the people who put us there be like, "What is that ship flying off that island?" And they just like, "Or no," and I'll be like, "No, pew pew pew. We have pews too.
Ours are explosive.
Ours
thinking
are
ahead.
pewy as well."
Pewy.
Well, the day passed uneventfully.
No, it really did not.
Well, it doesn't. The evening, the night. You were sleeping in your own house, so no rent to pay, no working at the inn, food. What is it called? Lodging, pay for lodging.
Yeah.
Help. There's a word. I don't have it. What is the name of what?
Barter?
No. Like,
Servitude.
pay
Indentured
in for
servitude.
money. Fee. I guess it's a fee. I guess no fee to pay. I don't know.
What?
My brain's not working.
Cost?
Okay.
You've had too many
You got
weird
too much
NPCs.
spike.
You
You
got
Too much
spiked.
spike.
Somebody spiked your drink.
Too much spike
It was
head voice.
you lost all the oxygen in your brain.
That was
is what
probably
happened,
it.
yeah.
That was probably it.
We gotta go talk to one of the gladiators tomorrow. He knows a lot about the behemoth.
How do you know
How
that?
do you know that?
Because the Mushroom Man told me. Do you know the Mushroom Man?
Well, good
Yeah.
news. That's the same thing Anya told me. So, I mean, that corroborates that real quick. Like,
I was having a zen moment. I didn't hear anything.
he was having a great time with his new chimes, hanging out, just spinning in the streets, just enjoying the rush of life.
I really liked the mushroom. He thought I was a doctor.
Huh.
Does our house have a bathtub functioning?
We have plumbing.
Do you want to just walk down to the lake and stand in it? For
I
a
can
bit?
do that.
We
Yeah.
have a lake. Is
I
the
just-
lake not full of rash-inducing seaweed, though?
Yes, it is.
But I got really used to it. Like, I was walking through it a lot.
That is true.
He's developed
I got like
a
4
resistance.
boats the last time I went
He's
through
just
it.
gonna sleep floating on the surface of the lake.
Face down. Like I'm water breathing, so I'm just gonna be face down.
He looks like a piece of frickin' driftwood. Oh.
All right, so the evening passes. It's rest quality 10 here. You're in a sheltered cave inside of a more sheltered building, sleeping on relatively comfortable things. So that should get most all of your stamina back.
I didn't spend any.
We literally haven't spent.
I haven't spent
I
any.
Spent 2.
Yeah, I think we're pretty good.
Yeah. And so the day dawns, and coming back outside, you can hear kind of a commotion coming from down by Spikehead's workshop. As heading down that street, you can see there seems to be almost like a cordon set up outside the workshop where there's still loud banging emanating out. And occasionally one of the Imperiati outside will shout back in, "Spikehead, come on, we talked about this. You have to go to sleep sometime." Completely ignored, continued louding. There's like angry neighbors who are outside, just kind of eventually shouting abuse. Why can't you let us sleep? Kind of yelling back into the building.
Tomatoes hitting his window.
Yeah, it's completely unknown. The occasionally one of the Imperiati will go up there and try the door, but it appears Spikehead barred it from the inside, and no one's getting inside
Spikehead
right now.
knew what Spikehead was doing.
Well,
Several quick questions. Could our house? Do we hear the banging from our house?
You have to get out onto the street.
Okay. How many rooms are in our house?
1 plus however many you want to build into it, I suppose.
How many people are outside angry?
Of your house?
And outside of his house angry? Could we just make our house like a bed and breakfast? And they just go in there, and we kind of handle that. I'm just
Carly
trying
wants to open an Airbnb. Like,
I'm thinking of just shoving them out so that we don't have a commotion outside of our guy who's building a gun. We just kind of take the problem and push it somewhere else, and we go back and talk to our
Just gonna
boy.
walk up, pick up NPC,
Yeah,
carry.
just like-
no, it's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple. We need to get in there, and I assume this is your doing.
Yeah, you should be
So if we
psyched.
got something to pick up for him, let's get in there. And I'll just go ahead and straighten my cloak a little bit,
He
stand
might not
up,
be
walk into the cloud, farting softly, spend my energy points, calm those emotions, just kind of make us a nice little path to the door.
The calming.
Well, if he's still banging in there, he probably isn't finished. I say from.
Well, we've only got the time that we got. We got places to be.
Well, we gotta go to the gladiators first, right?
Yeah.
I'm already.
The calming pheromones are already dispensed, Mimi. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
And indeed, the rest of the crowd just kind of starts kind of grumbling a bit, and then they'll kind of leave and go out and try to go out about their day. The Imperiati outside will just kind of be talking at each other, and they'll look at you and just roll their eyes at Spikehead's workshop, and he'll have to come out eventually for supplies. We'll just go talk to him then, and then kind of nod to each other, and eventually they all disperse, and that one stays outside on the
I
street.
hand that one a flyer for our house, saying it's got a bed
you make
and a
this?
bathtub.
Furiously writing and drawing.
It's just crayons.
I just scribbled on it.
All
There
right.
you go. Problem solved.
Well,
Oh.
that'll work for now. Let's go talk to that gladiator and come back here and see what we can do.
You used your butt gas.
Kid, he's been working through the entire night here.
You just crop dusted a crowd.
And it worked very well, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Dean and Market stay peaceful for a reason, my friend. Still,
That's
whatever
a
he's...
little unsettling, actually.
Go... Why don't you poke your head in there and see what he's up to? The rest of us, or at least I can swing down and see what's going on with the gladiator. Me and Arutha can see if we can learn anything about this behemoth, and you can get the weapon. We'll meet up at the pier.
Bane by Mr. Jake the Impaler on the GM so this house can be burned down with lemons.
When life gives you lemons,
I guess.
Burn
Fair
the house
enough.
down.
burn your house down.
Gotcha. Okay, sweet.
All right, and
I'm going to
out,
attempt to get into the workshop, and the rest are going to go talk to the gladiator.
you're going to try to get into the workshop. The rest are going to talk to the gladiator.
Oh, well, I was going to the gladiator. I don't know who's going with me.
If
I
anyone else
definitely
wants to
go
attempt to
with
break
you.
into
Come
a
with
building,
me.
sure.
I don't figure Arutha was coming.
All right. Well, I'll get back to you. The rest of you head on out to meet Vielos at the gladiator arena. It's pretty early yet, so he isn't really advertising a fight. But you see him moving about the outside of the arena, checking the area and looking at a chart of scheduled fights coming up. And he'll kind of raise and says, "Oh, welcome, welcome, my almost fighters in the arena."
Saul Zakahad, Saul Stickboy. I'm sorry about that business the other day, but we had some seriously pressing concerns come up. We've had a new idea. We're taking our fighting expertise to the outside world, and a particularly large problem that Haven has probably faced several times in the past, however long this city's been here for. I hear you're the man to talk to about this spiderfly, they were calling it?
Oh my goodness!
Buzzing around the countryside?
I did indeed. I remember seeing a. Oh goodness gracious! There was a patrol of not really a patrol, a gang, you might say, basically bandits that had tried to set up camp on the opposite side of Dragonfly Lake, pretty close to that mushroom farm that was out there. And man, something about them, what they did. They had torches, and that spiderfly behemoth came over the mountains, and they tried fending it off with that fire, but man, it just made it angrier, and that thing just pounced on them, scattered them like pieces, ate a number of them whole. One of them I saw got chopped in half. It wasn't too long ago. If you wanted to head on over there and investigate, they might leave some traits behind, but man, this thing does not like fire, I'll tell you that much. That jet flew into a rage.
Good to know, I suppose. Good to know. I figure Haven could be, if not necessarily directly safer, a lot more peace of mind if that thing was removed, and we might have some ideas how to do that. Do you know anything about how the thing functions? Hates fire, we got that, that's good. Do you know what it doesn't hate? Has anyone tried anything that seemed effective at all?
Well, one thing that I seem to notice, it has a lot of sort of like worms kind of come out of it. At first, we thought maybe that was just a mutation of it, but now that I think about it, maybe they could be parasites. If they have a parasite on that massive behemoth, then the parasite could explain a lot of its weird behavior.
So baby, we need to cure it?
There's no curing that thing, I don't think. That parasite's been in there, and that's probably its whole body is probably being puppeted by the thing.
Is there anything in the water, the lake that it's at, that the parasite might like?
The parasite's babies.
Maybe. It's
Oh,
possible. I
wait,
haven't been over there,
wait.
and I have no intention of going
Parasites-
over it.
We're probably
Parasites
among the-
only lay in water. If they need a water source to reproduce, then that could be why it likes the water.
Well, there's plenty of water and plenty of lakes around the island. That can't be the only reason it's sticking around. Besides, I think we're probably among the only people who have had the pleasure of poking around in that thing's lair directly, trying to learn something about it.
You made it into its lair directly, and it didn't eat you?
Well, we have, some of my friends have made it in there a couple times now, I believe.
Of course not. Nothing eats the Mina Cadena.
It's a surprisingly unobservant creature, something we're hoping to take a little bit of advantage of. This, if you could direct us to that attack wherever those bandits, those vandals were, and give us some directions out there, we'll go take a look and see if we can learn anything
I'll
else.
write you some directions, and he'll scroll down a kind of a handwritten map, kind of showing an area a little bit outside the mushroom farm where he'd suggest you go look.
Fair enough. Thank you for your service, my fine friend, and hopefully we can return that with some good service to the city of Haven, removing a threat from the wilds.
It's
Pretty big one.
Well, best of luck to you, and if I don't see you again, I will happily take care of your effects.
Well, you'll know exactly what's happened to Saul Sakahad and the Stickporium. You got any other thoughts, Ruth? Any questions?
Well, I did have a thought as to maybe like a theme song you could take on if you were to become a wrestler and fight behemoths.
We can workshop that on the way, perhaps. Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, yeah. Best of luck to you all. Absolutely.
I really do think the Mina Kadena has something.
Well, the Mina Kadena very well might have something. Moreover, however, J-Stall might wind up with something as well. Possibly a spike in the face, possibly a booby trap bomb. But we will find out when we come back after our short break. Stick around. Thank you so much. This has been Sentima Sundered Wilds, sponsored by Use Adventure. Check out their website. Check out their Kickstarter. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good break. Welcome back to Sentima Sundered Wilds, our finale episode, sponsored by Use Adventure. Check them out below. Check out their Kickstarter as well for Sentima the Sundered Wilds adventure that we're running today. Last left our heroes. It was the morning. They had gotten some good leads on possibly figuring out what this behemoth is like, what type of abilities it has, what it's weak to, and hopefully what not to do when you run into it.
And what astrology side it may be, because everyone knows that Geminis
Cancer.
don't like to
It's
be...
definitely Cancer.
Got it.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
100%. Last we left our heroes, they were on the street, and I believe J-Stall was trying to break into Spikehead's workshop.
That will have
It's
zero
so
consequences.
All right,
Oh,
well,
boy.
there is a watchman is waiting on the corner, waiting for Spikehead to eventually come out, but he doesn't seem to be doing much, and there it is. There's the scrap heap that is Spikehead's workshop. What you want to do?
Well, is it barred or locked? Can I tell by, like, shaking the door?
So, lock implies a level of mechanical finesse that is probably something Spikehead is not terribly interested in.
That's not necessarily true, because you can have one of those little slidey bolt things. That's not terribly mechanically intensive.
Fair enough. Give me a, what do we got here? Oh, hey, give me a lock-picking test.
Oh, man,
poor
it finally
squid.
came up.
It
The only
happened. It
lockpicking tech in the
happened.
entire adventure.
What's the DL?
We'll say this is gonna be DL 12.
Perfect.
Was it perfect?
I succeeded.
Once?
Partially?
Yeah.
Once.
Okay. So, Spikehead's workshop, to remind everybody, is imagine a heap of junk that has built up and effectively into a mound. It is a gigantic mound, and there is an interior, but the interior is much smaller than the exterior because it may have been a building at some point, but there is just junk piled all over it and within it. So you have a hard time telling where the door begins and where the pile of junk ends to begin with. Going up and looking at it, and knowing what you know about Spikehead, it is far more likely than rather installing a lock or a bolting device. If Spikehead doesn't want anyone to come in, he probably just puts something really heavy in front of the door, and then it can't open. That's probably more like what we're dealing with here.
Well, that sounds like athletics to just open the door regardless.
Sure. You're going to go throw your shoulder into try to force this thing. Difficulty level 18.
Jeez.
I did it.
One success?
One success.
One success.
With
You-
a 17 and an 18.
You smash your shoulder
That is
into
6.
this, and the thing
Explode.
will gring, and you'll push the door, and you're open. You get it just open enough to be able to stick your head through, and then you feel a pop in your shoulder.
Does he?
He
I
does.
don't have, like, bones.
You do have bones. They're just on the outside of your organs.
That's fair.
And your shoulder you get a spike of pain that drives through your shoulder, and your eyes will bug out.
That's
Okay.
all, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Bug out from the pain, and you will gain the dislocated shoulder stratagem. Stratagem. Condition.
Yeah, strategy.
It's all part of the
dislocated
plan.
shoulder, they'll think I'm weak.
I love
There
when
you
the door's not even trapped. It's just a door, and you just dislocated your shoulder hitting it wrong.
It's like, I mean, this stuff happens every day.
Yeah, it totally does.
High fantasy.
It's not just a door; it's a pile of junk and metal
That's-
and crap that you're throwing yourself into, trying to force it open.
He's gonna need a spiropractor.
And so, dislocated shoulder means that you're only going to be able to use a single one-handed weapon until you get that fixed. Maybe your tree friend can help you out with that. But you are able to kind of poke your head in and kind of see what's going on in there. Poking your head
How do
in.
you dislocate a shoulder with an exoskeleton?
Huh?
How do you dislocate a shoulder with an exoskeleton?
It's got a joint on it. You tear the ligament on the joint, and now your shoulder don't work too great.
Look, this man worked.
so
this-
you
do you
just
know-
have like all the inside parts.
That's a
just,
torn
like,
ligament.
exposed
That's not
because,
a
like, they've come
dislocated
apart?
shoulder.
I didn't say you had a dislocated shoulder. I said you had the dislocated shoulder condition.
That sounds like I have a dislocated shoulder.
Yeah, that's
That's
just
what they want you
because
to think.
you lack imagination,
artist
sir.
interpretation.
This man needs an orthopedist badly.
There you go. It needs an arthropodist orthopedist.
I have 3 broken toes with the dislocated shoulder tag.
Yep. Same thing.
There you go.
I should have done this. I'd still have 3 perfectly good shoulders.
Yeah, there you go.
If I do it as a Kadena, do I dislocate 3 shoulders, or because I can only use one hand?
That's a good point, actually.
Do I somehow dislocate shoulders on both sides of my body?
You want to come try? You want to come to Spike Head's
I'm
workshop,
good.
try to force the door?
I'm chilling.
All right.
Do you have thumbs?
Hey, it's not that hard.
Yeah.
Okay, never
Just
mind.
roll 20s and you do it. You can kind of crane your head inside, and Spikehead has assembled 3 different of these explosive ballista bolts. Each explosive head on the bolt is differently shaped, probably has different ingredients in it, probably does something different when he shoots it. And he's working on a 4th right now, and he's just smashing away, banging on this thing.
That is awesome. I'm really excited for these to be used in a totally great way.
You know what? I'm gonna help.
Okay, you're gonna try to wriggle your way in there.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
gonna wriggle my way
Put
in
me
there.
in, coach.
I got free use of this workshop, and I'm gonna use it.
That wings start buzz, and works his way in.
Imagine you take your shirt off and you're just completely jacked. You have a huge hammer going up to help him.
What kind of anime nonsense is this?
No, you take off the shirt and
Already just
become
slick
jacked.
with sweat.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here, brother.
Bug abs. Just
The babs.
I was gonna say
The
that.
exoskeleton is shaped in abs.
I'm just a buzzwole.
It's like Spartan armor.
Carved out.
well,
I'm so buff.
He turns around and he's also jacked like that.
It's the sexoskeleton.
Spikehead.
He sculpted.
Garvey's sitting there with a chisel and hammer.
It's gonna look so cool. Screw you, Mom. You can't tell me no.
Get it under control, guys.
Oh,
This is good.
Spikehead does not notice you until you walk up in his line of sight and wave at him to get his attention. And he'll blink and look up. What are you doing here? I'm not done yet.
I'm here to help you.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Go push that door closed and then come on back over.
Dislocates the other shoulder.
Other shoulder gone.
I think that looks
It's
sick.
way easier on this side. And you'll join in and help. If you want to edit or add any effects to these ballista, you can tell me if you're looking for anything particular aside from whatever Spikehead wants to do.
Whatever Spikehead wants to do, just while I am there working, I want to disassemble my needle reed cudgel
Okay,
and convert it into a needle reed whip.
gotcha. You got any kind of fiber ingredients or anything like that you can use?
Needle reed is fiber.
Right, yeah, more fiber.
I can easily get some.
Yeah.
Because
the
I
problem-
could just go get more. I forgot the name of the spiky seaweed.
I have
stinging
stinging
seaweed.
seaweed and whale algae on me, but I'm not there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you'll spend the day basically getting ingredients, kind of bringing them back to go and reconfigure your whip. Do you know what configuration you're trying to do with this whip?
Take what I was imagining was metal and wood bound together with like a ball of the needle reed on the end as a cudgel and turn it more into a handle with the needle reed fully extended so that it can be more finessed rather than brute forced.
Okay, so that sounds like you're either trying for a blue weapon or a yellow weapon, if I understand that correctly. Which one are you going for, you think?
I like the yellow idea because
What, the
I already
yellow idea?
have the gun, and it's yellow, and I like the gun.
So you want to double up your weapon?
Yeah,
I'm not sure you understand how this works.
I do.
Okay.
I should make it blue, but I'm dirt, so
Fair
it's
enough.
also yellow.
Yeah, fair enough. Get them out.
Because
he
it
wants.
was
Also,
all
yellow
Right,
yellow.
live your life.
Well, yellow weapons also hit very hard.
What were the stats on your needle reed cudgel for just the weapon? Just the weapon damage?
It is 2-3. It's supposed to be 2-3-5 red melee after second successful attack in a row. Forego damage to regain stamina equal to successes rolled, and it's Q4.
Okay, so it's gonna keep that. It's gonna keep that same ability. Go ahead and give me a. What were we doing? Probably be a weaving roll, I would imagine, because you're not working with wood or metal anymore. You're just making this long whip.
It does not have the special recipe thing, but I assume that doesn't matter because we're making a new thing.
I mean, yeah, basically, you go and drop me something like 3 research points for it.
I'll
I
give you
guess.
5.
Sure, do 5. That's fine.
That's the art of the
That's my
deal.
final deal. Final offer. I can do 5.
You drive a hard bargain.
It's not. Yeah, there aren't really any rules for this, so I'm kind of hard pressed to think on why you couldn't do this. So sure.
Well, a problem came along.
And he went and whipped it.
Good.
What's the DL?
It should say on the card. Do you have the card?
The card does not say.
If it's quality 4, it's 18, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Well,
no.
the
Like
special recipes are like
special
14.
recipes actually have a DL built into them.
It's on the very end, DL 14.
That's what I thought.
It's
Okay.
at the very bottom right corner.
Yeah, let's call it a DL 15, just because you're trying to do something a little weird and unique with it.
Okay,
You're
dope.
getting wacky up in here.
You get a bit silly.
That one should be 12, but it's cocked, and I've re-rolled every cocked
pretty
dice to
cocked.
my favor or not.
Well, I mean, if it's cocked die, yeah, re-roll it.
Yeah.
So.
Them's the rules.
And that is only a 13.
0 success.
Yeah.
0 successes.
It's the shoulder.
It's the
Yeah, it's
shoulder.
the
Doesn't seem
shoulder.
to help. Plus,
Yep.
the needle reed chimera, when you kind of try to unwrap it into a long whip thing, it just kind of coils around one of your good arms and starts sucking stamina out of you. You have to, and
Is there anything stopping me from trying more?
not your only your stamina pool.
All right, I can do this
Hubris.
about
Hubris.
5 more times.
Go for it.
All right.
Okay.
3 more stamina lost.
Okay.
Ouch. All right, here
Keep
we go.
going.
All right.
Down
serious?
6. Down 6.
That's no, you're
That's
down
9.
9 now.
Oh, 9 total. You're right. I'm
This
sorry.
man's just gonna pass out
Yeah.
at the bench.
Well, I could do it 5 more times after the first failure.
Okay.
Here we go.
There we go.
There it is.
That's a success.
A
One
success.
success.
Love
Only
to see
cost
it.
11 stamina.
Hey, what matters is I made it.
That's true.
All right, you managed to cobble this thing together. It takes a lot of. You have to take a steel bar and roll the chimera out repeatedly. The chimera likes to coil up in on itself,
Let's
and,
unfold it 1,000
and
times.
you have to unfold it a bunch to get it to lean its way off. Many times the thing just would snap back and catch you in the face, and but you were at it. You were adamant.
For
All right,
what
so
it's worth, I would have failed every single time except for that first time, even if I was tier 4 in weaving. All of my rolls were sub 10.
yeah, oh yeah, if you roll trash,
they were
sometimes that just
terrible
happens.
rolls.
Yeah. All right, so you have this whip out. So unlike a typical whip where you'd think of trying to making these, I mean, honestly, you're
I'm
just
thinking
making
the whole-
cracks with a whip.
Yeah, the whole purpose of this is slap you and have it do its job.
So what you're able to do is you're able to fold the needle reed together and almost put like a spike on the end of it, which is these coiled stabbing type of motions, which will create a very powerful precision hit if you can hit it accurately enough. You can make slashing attacks with it. It's not going to be nearly as strong as a perfectly guided precision strike with this whip. Your stats are going to be 1 on a single success, 1 damage on a single success, 4 damage on 2 successes, which is quite solid, or 7 damage if you get a perfect resounding success off. It's the needle reed chimera will pierce through people.
Sick.
Sick.
I'm using a barbecue stick.
Yeah.
It took most of my bones and stamina to do it, but I made it.
Well done. Well
Most
done.
of my bones.
I popped every shoulder imaginable.
All 2 of them.
So that's gonna you're gonna be done for like the whole day of gathering materials and building that.
You have to heal from your
What about the
wounds.
rest of you guys?
I think we're going on a safari.
Going on a safari, checking out the behemoth lair and the behemoth attack scene.
Yeah, we're heading our way over across the lake to see where the arena master had sent us.
All right, perfect. You'll head your way over there, get across the lake.
Say hi to
Stop
Anya
it.
on the way by. I mean, I imagine we're going to pass her, assuming she's there like she said she'd be.
And indeed, as you pull up, she's there waiting for you. Her cart is assembled, no clappers on it. In fact, you heard the clappers in the window as the wind moved it. But no Anya on the street.
Perfect.
And she is indeed there waiting for you. Ah, welcome, welcome. Are we ready to move out now?
Yes, indeed. We'll be able to follow you some out of the way over there, but we've got some information. You had a great lead for us with the arena master. He told us about an attack not terribly long ago. We're going to go see if we can learn anything about this spider fly. To get
Well,
ready.
I've never been out here before, and I have no desire to cross a bunch of unfamiliar terrain by myself with this cart, so I'm going to follow you.
Then we will certainly escort you across the course of wreckage and then make our way back and stop by this ambush site on the way back home.
All right, perfect. That works
Most of
too.
our friends should be here somewhere. Have you seen Jastal or Mimi or Johnny fella come
Mimi's in the boat with you.
Oh, did you come with us? Oh, have you
I
seen
think
Jastal?
I thought all four of
That
you
good.
went.
I
still.
also came
Oh,
with
is
you.
everybody but
Yeah,
Jastal?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did anyone see Jastal?
He was working in the shop. When he forced his way into the shop, I decided to just leave him be.
I heard a large crack the first time, so I thought I don't want to be a part of that, and I left.
I'm
Yeah.
sure he'll catch up with us.
All right. So you're going to head to the investigate site, right? Because you're right there.
If she's coming with us, how far out of the way is that from?
Not too terribly far
not
out of the
really?
way.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
I guess
mushroom
we'll-
farm is on the way. It's just like.
So we'll stop by the investigation site on the way over then. Yeah.
Sure. All right. So you're going to head on over to the mushroom farm. It is, again, wrapped in gloom, mushrooms overflowing their planters. This is these dangerous life-leeching mushrooms that you recall. And certainly the body of the farmer is still buried inside the mushroom the mushroom plot. However, you follow the directions over a couple of hills, and you indeed find quite a good sign of what apparently was a massive struggle, likely pursued by the spiderfly. You can look just with casual investigation. You can see there's a number of tracks that the spiderfly appeared to leave here. You can see what appears to be a half-eaten body in the distance, probably what the spiderfly snapped in half.
One bite.
And anything else that you would care to check out? You can certainly, anything else that occurs to you.
Well, I would be very interested in actually checking out this whole thing, as we may not actually really be fighting a behemoth at all, and we might be fighting basically a swarm of sorts, or parasites of sorts.
If these guys were set upon, based on what we heard from the arena master, if they were trying to fight back, they may not have done any damage to the behemoth, but it's entirely possible that some of these worms, this parasite, could have been cut free somewhere.
Also, I would like to look on the guy that's chopped in half, whether or not that's like a clean slice kind of thing, or if they have full control and they can fly this behemoth, that means they've got pretty apt control over this
Have
behemoth's
we actually
body.
seen it fly? Or we just assumed it can fly.
We saw
Does that
wings
weird?
on it.
Yeah, because
We don't know that it could fly for
Yeah, it's
sure.
just got wings that seem like it should be able to.
They said it flew over to the this camp.
Oh,
Right.
that's true. He did tell us it had flown over here when it landed on these guys.
Right.
Okay, so then it can for sure fly. Fair enough.
So they've got if they are controlling this behemoth, they've had pretty good control over it. It's not a zombie old timey movie like you get back in the day.
Back in
Right,
the-
exactly.
And
Yes.
scarab theaters.
Yes. I'd like to just see if there's like any evidence on what kind of parasite, like that kind of thing.
So you can check out the body, looking at the body of the ant that you go and see here. Go ahead. This is going to be a medicine check to check the body out.
Okay.
Would you like me to do that?
Oh, are we just rolling?
You can assist if you want to.
Yeah.
Sure. Would you like to have my tool?
Sure. What is that? Plus
Plus
one?
2.
Plus 2. Okay. Sorry, I forgot to ask the DC.
It's
But
only 10, actually.
Oh, sweet. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. So you're looking here, and you can see there's actually, this body is, at first sight, is mangled badly. But when you look at it closer, you can see there's actually 2 different sites of bite marks. There's the massive serrating smashing of the gigantic mandibles that you remember seeing. But there's also a number of small bite marks that seem to be all over it. And you recall when that parasite, you weren't there. No, you recall when the spiderfly came over the ridge and it was almost scenting the air. One long, gigantic parasite worm came out of its mouth and seemed to scent the air as well. And it seems that these bites are from that thing. So it appears to be able to bite with its large jaws and bite with the main parasite within the head also seems to bite as well. There are definite signs of a struggle, but it seems that the struggle just made the spider fly more angry, and it just became very violent. It seems the struggle that you do see, there's a broken axe that has been left aside, and with some evidence that it was able to find some purchase and bite in. This apparently made the spider fly very angry. It seems that if you endanger the parasites within the body, the parasite drives the behemoth into a rage. So
I'm thinking
at directly attacking the parasites, it seems to get a very violent reaction out of the host.
perhaps it wasn't necessarily a cautionary tale about avoiding fire. And perhaps using fire is actually a great idea. If the parasite's that afraid of it, it's got to be pretty effective, right?
Well, also, I'm thinking if they're so scent induced, if we could find a way to powder or put the poison or these some of this mushroom around here into a certain gas and just kind of gas it out.
Find something particularly stinky to distract them with.
You will also notice that the ant's axe is definitely a red weapon, and it seemed it was not very much use.
So
Okay.
I have a knowledge specialty in poisonous plants. Do I know of anything that would be very overwhelming from a scent perspective that could disorient it to the point where it might really want to get out of there?
You absolutely making it desire to flee.
Either flee or make it so that it can't sense us, like really like confuse it.
So there are a few things that come to mind. Spend a research point for the knowledge, by the way.
Yep.
There are a few things that come to mind. You think that afflicting the dazed attribute will make it easier to sneak up on it. Inflicting the dizzy attribute will cause its guard to slip, opening itself up to easier attacks. You think that the your barbecue sticks being yellow, if they can if you can dizzy it, it will be more effective to use that way. Effectively, its yellow attribute would go down from dizzy. Its blue attribute would go down if you can daze it. You could also, if the thing does fly, it occurs to you that there are other, either a tangling type of bomb, or maybe even if you made it dizzy enough, it would not be able to stay in the air because of how disoriented it would be.
What about the Cool It spray? Putting that on its wings could make it very difficult for it to fly.
It most certainly could, actually. That's actually also something that you could use. Not exactly a poison type of situation. I mean, I'm sure Carvey still has that in his pocket.
I still have my Cool It spray.
That would have been hilarious.
Thank God.
I took one too because I know that he is likely to trade things for bells.
And name one time. Name a single time.
So the hunting rifle could actually be really useful because it makes your enemies dizzy, and we could fire it from a distance. It seems like
It's almost like it was engineered specifically for this boss fight.
baby. Okay, boss.
Almost.
Well, yeah, I still feel like we can do quite a bit just off of the information we know.
Did you want to check the tracks out also?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
It's going to be hunting. Who wants to make a hunting check? Difficulty level 12.
Man, ain't that a shame?
I am.
You're too busy getting stung in the face.
I'm super good at hunting.
It's effective.
So that's also.
We are both hunters.
Yeah, we're actually built almost exactly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Perfect example
natural
of stats
20.
do not make the characters, everybody.
That's that's a natural 20, a 12, and a 15.
All right, brilliant.
That's 3 successes.
So the you looking at the tracks, your hunter's sense paints a perfect picture of what happened here.
Detective vision.
yeah, detective vision
Eagle's
turn on.
Vision from Assassin's
Um,
Creed.
The tracks are very clearly heavy, and then they scramble, and then they disappear when they're heavy once more. So clear indication that the spider fly indeed flies. It flew here, it landed, created strong tracks. The scrambling of it lunging about and going after the bandits that were here is very clear. You can see the entire fight. And looking at both the body and comparing it to the tracks, you can see fallen torches in the area, and you can see the tracks. It almost paints the picture in your mind. They let these torches try to scare this thing off, and it was a magnet. The behemoth turned on those torches and destroyed them, absolutely crushed them. That seems to follow, now that you think about it, the valley where the behemoth lives. You noticed as you walked through it, all of the bioluminescent plants were gone. So it's almost as though the behemoth tore them all out. It does not like fire, and I think apparently light also will make it very will make it very aggressive.
Well, that's actually great news.
One other thing you notice is that the tracks where it lands seems to be surrounded by a foul-smelling, dull blue liquid. It seems that the creature secretes or is capable of emitting some sort of noxious substance from its mouth or body, possibly an acid of some sort. The fact that it could fly and also drop this on you means that you best be very careful if the thing takes to the air and chooses to come and fight you. You'll be hard-pressed if you don't have any way of dealing with it at range.
Okay, well, best thing, we can, I think, set up a very easy distraction of just a fire and then just leave
What's
the
a
fire
small
somewhere.
forest fire?
Yeah,
Pretty,
exactly.
pretty simple.
I also have some starflower, which has a natural luminescence. We could set up like a path of starflower to lead it off.
There's many things we could do. In fact, it seems like we've got a pretty good picture about this here thing, which is not as much of a behemoth as I was kind of hoping. But I guess that's just how things
One
It's
thing
a
you will
behemoth
notice
tapeworm.
is that the parasites in this creature's body definitely seem to have weakened it overall. It is still a fearsome monster, but it's not the crack islands in half kind of monster perhaps it might have been had not the parasites worn away its innards like it has been.
so we don't think that the behemoth is dead and is just being controlled by like the fungus mushroom thing.
Well,
Or, like,
I mean,
Regardless, like, what it is now is not as strong as what it would be if it didn't have any parasites.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whether it's alive or not.
Okay.
Probably not. It had them shooting out of its eye.
it has
May-
others.
If it does come to trying to fight this thing, if we're going to try and hunt it somehow, it sounds like it might not be a terrible idea to meet it inside its lair there. It's not a terribly large cavern. Gives it a place where it doesn't have a lot of flight maneuverability, and if it does leave the cave to take off, we just shelter within the cave until it comes back. We just don't want to be stuck in a long-range encounter against a thing where we can't do nothing as it throws whatever this strange secretion is at us, out of range of our sticks.
That's why I'd really like to spray the wings so that it cannot take off.
Right, but I
Hard to
mean,
get close to
that's
these things,
less
you
of a
know?
plan and more of a goal.
We're gonna need to, if we could get it to go someplace predictable, where we know it's gonna go. But I guess if it's already
Like a
there,
flare?
Like there. Or someplace with fire. Both of those things are very reliable.
okay. I guess we could beard the thing in its lair. But how are we gonna hurt it if we can't get in there with it? It's not a very big area.
We were just in there with it the other day. I was sleeping. We were taking a look around.
I hope everyone has ranged weapons.
We're gonna be in the cave with it. The point of this is that we don't need the ranged weapons because it's stuck in a cave. And we're in the cave with it with sticks. Hitting it with our sticks. Stopping it from getting out of the range of our sticks, or we need ranged weapons.
Right, but if it just decides it wants to bowl through us and leave, how are we gonna stop it?
Well, we don't. But then we're in a cave where we're protected from it. If it wants to keep attacking us, it's gonna have to come back inside.
Okay. I guess. I don't know much about strategy, but this sounds like pretty risky.
Well, we are trying to fight a behemoth.
We're fighting a titan, so yes, I don't think there's any way we're avoiding a risk here.
I don't think this really comes in non-risky flavor.
Yeah, although we could just light a giant fuse from its thing and just have it follow the fire just forever away.
Follow it down to a huge cache of explosives.
Exactly.
We have an arsonist
I
who's
like
probably
that better.
stoked to do that.
So Morig's WASP team at the Courser did offer to set up a distraction to lure it away. So that's on the table, by the way.
We could try to sneak in there, but if the thing comes back, I mean, I don't think trying to stand up to it and fight it directly is a great idea. But if it does show up while we're trying to bring out this core stone, we need some kind of an idea to deal with it.
How about what if we distract it somewhere where then where there's a trap for it to get sprayed with a coolant, and then we hurt it a little bit so that it retreats to its cave and we finish it off.
Well, ideally, this whole fight it in the cave plan is a plan if we have to deal with it. I think, not fighting the thing, it's the size of an island, is probably the best approach rather than any attack for fighting it. But if we wanted to go the direct approach, that doesn't seem like a terrible idea.
Sweet. Last resorts are good to plan for.
Yes. So let's distract it. Last resort, we hurt it a bunch before it comes home.
Right.
Where then we hurt it more.
Sounds good. I've heard that you guys found some...
So that sounds less like distract, more like lure into ambush.
Yeah, that doesn't sound so much like it. That sounds like a thing we're setting up in advance.
Well, I'm saying we have it distracted, and then if it stops being distracted, then we ambush it. It's it's like a insurance ambush, if you will.
Counter ambush. I like what you had.
Yeah,
there,
that's
all right, fair enough.
That's plan B. Then we are plan C if it comes home.
Okay.
Okay. All right, that sounds like you have a plan of some kind. Let's go
Plan
ahead.
of some kind is exactly
Right.
what I would call it.
There's
anything
ideas.
else? Yeah, is there anything else at
More of
this
a thought
camp?
cloud, more of a brainstorming session than a plan necessarily.
Is there anything else at this camp that could be
One
useful?
last thing, because you got the natural 20 and 3 successes, you do notice that a set of tracks moves away from the battle site, rather at a frantic pace, but off into the hills. However, apparently it was able to retreat without drawing the attention of the spiderfly. It is possible that this thing is not terribly observant.
Ah, that's great. That's super in our favor, and there also might be something alive. Although,
Probably one of the bandits.
probably one of the bandits. I don't know how we'll find them. They're probably gone.
Did we get any information how long ago this attack was? Do we know when this happened?
Yeah, I mean,
Probably a while. In the
a
past.
few weeks ago,
Yeah,
maybe.
So it's not like he's going to be over there hiding behind a rock. He's like,
Oh, hello. Let me give you the weapon to kill the thing with.
Hello.
Okay,
the
well,
spear of bug slayer.
The spear of bug
This-
slaying.
The fly swarm.
I couldn't use it, but perhaps you can.
well, I am a protagonist, so
We are the main characters. After all.
well, sweet.
Things
so
just
there
work better
is-
in our hands.
It will make you feel better that we might just be able to skitter away if we are a little bit stealthy. It doesn't seem to. I mean, this guy just looks like he got away.
No, well, one of them escaped. I mean, he had several fellows as distractions there. A couple of his fine friends didn't quite make it out, but yeah, the thing doesn't seem to be terribly attentive. Maybe
might
not
just-
good sight, maybe not good smell. Maybe that parasite doesn't really know what's going on.
Maybe a couple just like pocket, like little things that might burst into flame just a couple feet away from you while you walk the other direction.
Distraction grenades.
May never
That's something you should take
hurt.
up with Justall, wherever he is.
Yeah, we'll have to go get back. and get
Probably
him.
fine.
He'll
I'm
be
sure.
He's gonna be super excited
he'll
about
catch
our
up later.
plan. Yeah, our plan is right up his
Just
alley.
hear cackling in the distance.
Explode.
All right.
Yeah.
Havens, just rocks.
A plan in
Slightly.
mind.
A mountain collapses.
You can escort Anya back to the Courser camp, where upon a small introduction, Anya is perfectly capable of winning everybody over there. As far as coming up with explosive grenades, Morig is more than willing to supply you with a few of them. So you will have some quality 2 fire bombs.
Well, we can tell these guys what we
Firebomb.
found out about this thing being very incensed by fire and the parasite inside it and its defensive nature. Tell them everything we've figured out so far. Not a ton of information, but
You'll
you know,
nod.
something.
We can use that when setting up the distractions. If it is attracted aggressively so by fire and light, we can use that to draw it away and hopefully get away from it quickly
Yeah.
enough.
While we're out here, well, we got all the supplies and the fine helping hands, I was hoping to use some of the stuff or some of these supplies they might have, and that Anya might have, to get myself a bit of a better weapon
Sure.
for this particular situation.
What you want?
I'm aiming, I like myself some sticks.
I
gotta
know you like
find
yourself some
I got a
sticks.
fine poking stick here in this barbecue stick, but it's a little direct, it's a little finesse heavy. It's not exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. And it's made of some, honestly, relatively crap wood. I'm pretty sure I could put something a little bit better together than that. This thing's a fairly large target, so I'm thinking I'm aiming for the long, maybe the multiple pronged kind of stick here, going for several different points. Maybe a trident style, maybe a whatever, be more than a trident, a cordant if such a thing exists. A quintet,
a quintet, in fact. A sextant, perhaps, but that helps you find your way. It doesn't actually help you stab
directly into
things.
the heart of the beast is what we're looking for. A stick with multiple purposes.
I like it.
Just something. I'm thinking, I lean to the blue. I am a Cadena. Something that's a little more speed focused and not so much the single precision spike of this barbecue stick I got here, more just about how quick I can get something in and out.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You can pare this down to something light. There's plenty of metal ingredients here. There's rot plum wood that you could go ahead and make things out of. And certainly they've gathered a fair supply of it, so you don't have to worry about that. So the only other thing is quality. You can get a quality ingredients without any kind of issue. If you want anything more than that, you'll need to find something to combine it with.
Yeah, quality 2 is functional for now. It's the weapon's a weapon.
All right, perfect. So yeah, go ahead and put that together. Give me a woodworking check, Mr. Stickman.
Woodworking. What's the DL?
DL is going to be
Probably 1 success.
16.
Yeah, 1 success.
1 success, good enough. You managed to assemble, this is, instead of the rather rigid barbecue spear, which is also charred and has like baked on grease on it, you put together a very whippy spear. You have it's very similar to like bamboo type of shaft, which lets this thing bounce around and the tip maneuver very unpredictably. So those who, unless you have a very quick eye, you would lose track of this. You tie a tassel at the end behind the
I
spearhead.
was actually thinking, I've got the whale algae. I was thinking about putting like a lash on the end of it, almost so like it could possibly even be thrown and pulled back, or it can't get pulled away from me by this thing, because I can just yank it back out if it tries to.
A fine idea.
Make a distance.
The tassel is also distracting, so that trying to look for the spear point, you will miss it and look at the tassel instead.
It's a cat toy.
It's a cat toy. Very aggressive cat toy.
I was thinking of like a Wuja spear, but fair enough. So you put this together. Stats are going to be 1 success is 1 damage, 2 successes is 3 damage, and 3 successes is 4 damage.
Solid. Sounds good to me. Would this be
You get reach with it too.
Okay, reach is the only thing I was going to ask about. Fair enough.
Can I get some of those mushrooms we walked by?
Yep.
And okay, so I want to make like a bouquet of them, but the one in the center, I want to inject with that poison stuff for the nest. So that way I could just make like the deadliest little bomb I can throw in its huge mouth.
Okay. Do you have a particular status effect you're going for? Page 3 has a list of them if you want to pick one.
Death.
Yeah, the one where it
Dead
kills it
audio
immediately.
injury.
I would like to insta-kill it if I could, actually.
I mean, if you want to make a
Internal
damage bomb,
hemorrhage.
I'll let you make a blue damage bomb with that blue poison.
No,
They're
internal
dizzy.
hemorrhaging from the poison.
Yeah, well, I think poison would make the most sense for that. It also helps because I have a green weapon, so like that would be kind of ideal for
All right, perfect.
Carvey.
So we'll make a poison grenade. Yep, we can do that. Let's see here.
Now,
How
okay,
is-
hey, hear me out. How I'm gonna pitch this to you.
Yeah.
I'm really good with herbs, and like mushrooms are that. And
fungi.
this is just a This is just I'm getting a poison and just kind of putting it in a mushroom and then
Yep,
tying it.
That's what you said before.
So is this herbalism maybe?
Yeah.
Yes. This is great.
I don't know what else it could possibly be, to be perfectly honest with you.
Demolitions.
It's fishing, right? It's fishing.
What if I drive
Sounds like a
on the
masonry
legal
check.
side of the road?
With sunglasses on.
What was the DC? I didn't even ask. And I wrote it.
This is you're using the life leeching mushrooms, right?
Yes.
That's a quality 3 ingredient. It's going to be a quality 3 bomb, so you're going to need 17? I think it's 17.
That is 2 successes.
Whew, you got yourself a solid bouquet
Let's go.
of
Boom.
poison mushroom bomb.
Poison mushroom bomb.
So this nail gun is very nice. However, it is also very red, and
Yes.
it is not going to be very useful against this thing.
No, probably not. No.
So instead of it being a nail gun, I would like to turn it into more of a harpoon rifle that releases.
You don't want it to be red. Just checking.
What it's going to do
It's just a bigger nail. Much make that tube bigger. That's all you have to do.
is it's going to
They're
fire
enormous.
seaweed.
Fire seaweed.
Yep, seaweed with sand moss attached to it to
Okay.
make it really stinky.
Okay.
And when it
4
fires,
research points?
it's gonna lasso the
5
thing.
Like
research points.
17 research points.
Okay.
Mayonnaise and stuff.
Just
Wait.
widen the barrel. Just widen the barrel.
Does
So-
does the ammo also boomerang?
Yeah.
So
6
okay.
research points.
So
It
you're
stacks a dot every time I shoot it.
It's also on fire. So
They get
7
frightened.
research points.
all right. So very descriptive. What would you like it to
Fear, it's
do?
fear.
Let's go with this. Are you looking for this lasso to like constrict and do damage?
Yeah, constrict and then release a really pungent scent that makes the thing like really annoyed.
I want
Okay.
to reach down and high five.
I want the gun to tuck me in at night.
The gun is also sentient and talks.
If it could be sentient, that would be really nice.
Also,
and it's
So-
a pair of scissors in it.
So I guess I'll put it this way. So what you can do is if you want it primarily to do damage, but also have a special effect, you can get the special effect on a larger number of successes. Like 3 successes, you'll get your get your thing.
That's fine.
Okay, all right, as long as you're happy with it. Okay, so what are you
So-
making it out of?
It's
hopes
already
and dreams.
quality 3, so I'd like to add.
Is it already quality 3?
Q2.
Q2?
That's what I
The
thought.
nails were Q2.
Oh, the nails were Q2. Sorry, I thought it was Q3. All right, so it's already Q2. I'm gonna add a Q3 sand moss to it and a Q3 seaweed.
You got the gloves.
Yes, I do.
Oh, you
So
got
I've-
the gloves.
So I've been using the gloves to build up all of these herbalism ingredients.
Okay.
To collect quality 3 ingredients, and then I want to use the quality 3 ingredients to augment the quality 2 weapon to make it better.
All right, good. Just go ahead and roll it.
It
Yeah,
also
no,
works
fine
as
by
a
me.
toaster oven.
It does.
So are you looking to make a yellow weapon, a blue weapon?
Yellow.
You want a yellow weapon. Okay, go ahead, roll it.
It speaks
It
7
has the
languages.
overheat-
Herbalism difficulty, what'd I say, 17? 17 for Q3
It has an
ingredients.
overheat mechanic.
Only on
On every
Saturdays.
4th auto attack.
It's also got a clock.
Built-in clock.
Holy moly. That's an 18, a 19, and a 9. So
Oh, 2
that's going to
successes,
be
solid.
2 successes.
All right, so you get yourself a quality 3
It's dry clean hole.
lasso. A quality 3 lasso gun.
It's a lasso gun.
So
It takes all my calls.
it's gonna do 1 damage on a success, 3 damage
It's
on
a
2 successes,
functioning
and
pager.
6 damage on 3 successes.
Ooh,
You
1,
get
3,
a vital
6.
part in that lasso; it'll constrict down.
Did you
and-
warm at night?
It cooks a mean pizza.
Also,
No,
spend
it can't have that effect. That's
spend me a
her job.
couple research points.
At
by the
least
way.
7, though.
Spend 100.
All right, anyone else? Anyone else ready?
Well,
You can fold your laundry.
I'd like
It's
to make
great
a
with
gun that
kids.
folds my laundry.
You should 6 it up.
Oh,
Spikehead's already got it.
What's
It's-
the special effect at level 3?
You get 3 successes. It what did you say? Inflict dizzy.
Dizzy, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
And a range tag, of course.
Yes.
Oh,
We're having too much fun.
It knows where El Dorado is.
All right. Does anyone else want to build any cockamamie nonsense?
we have
I
spent.
can tell you the current status of Schrodinger's cat.
That's impressive. Oh boy.
I can't breathe, dude. Oh my god. It can breathe for me.
It does this.
It whips and nays.
All right. Anything else, anybody?
My favorite crafting scene on the Citadel.
I like my fire bombs. I'm pretty good with those.
All right. Cool.
Please, God, let's go fight this thing.
I'm not making it, but I was curious because armor doesn't do anything against behemoths. But how does armor work? That's literally never been brought
There's a
up.
slot for armor. I've literally never considered.
I was wondering why no one was making any, but I guess like
thing we should
I'm
have?
going bare
We
chested.
could do
that's
that?
fine.
I didn't even see
Should
this.
we have armor? Should we not have been naked this
Armored-
whole time?
yeah,
You
we
apparently
should
haven't cared that much.
I have armor because I'm a little beetle.
She has a beetle. She has beetle armor.
I also could just ignore damage.
I
at
didn't even know
certain
armor was a
points.
thing.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
why it's
kind
on
of
your
a
sheet.
guy,
It's fine.
So,
So the way armor works is it comes in 3 grades: light, medium, heavy, and it breaks instead of you getting wounded if you are attacked by a creature of the proper level. So light armor is only good against threat level 1 creatures, which would be things like the wolf roach that you fought. You didn't fight
And
it.
the behemoth.
You never fought it. I'm sorry.
And the behemoth.
The Ripple Strider gang. Those guys
Okay.
were threat 1. Threat 2 things would be things like the juvenile Shipbreaker Centipede. That was a threat 2. You need medium armor to soak a wound from that. Light armor would not work.
Threat 3 is this guy.
Threat 3 would be like this guy.
So,
I thought this was like a behemoth.
is that like qualities? Like we need a quality 3 to make armor that is heavy, or we just need to strap enough coconut shells onto our chest to call it a day?
Okay, if this
It's like if
guy's-
you put enough phone books together,
Yeah,
does it
exactly.
become
Like, I
bulletproof?
mean, how many layers?
The gun is actually also a phone book.
No, you need you're gonna need quality 3 ingredients of you wear it as a harness. You see.
The gun's also heavy armor. It takes the hit for you. Dives in front of it.
You can pilot it like a helicopter.
We may never move on, guys.
We may never.
We may
This is
never
my
move on.
favorite
That's the episode, everybody. I'm
All
sorry.
time.
I thought that the behemoth was going to be a Q4.
Most behemoths are tier 4, but and you would think it would be tier 4, but your investigation showed that it's a bit weaker than a typical behemoth would be, likely from all the parasites eating its organs away. So
Okay.
you think that this thing doesn't quite hit that hard, but finding quality 3 durable level ingredients
Yeah.
to make armor out of, so far I don't believe you found any.
No, we have
No,
the
we've
red-
made it fine. Naked so far. We can finish it out naked too.
I'm going out the
We're
way
gonna
we
need
came
naked
in.
3.
Well, if I could get back to the forge, where I'm pretty sure Gestal is.
Well, you can go back to the forge, or you can just use Moreg's work's He'll happily
sweet.
let you use that.
I still have a little bit of this red ore from the mountains. It is durable. It is maybe I could again refine that. It's quality 2, but I wonder if I could spend some time. I don't know how you can get if it's like a specific.
Can the
thing.
gun refine it to quality 3?
You cannot you cannot make quality 3 things out of quality 2 things.
Okay.
Wasn't
Yeah, I
the
don't think we-
refined Lone Spike ore?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's
you
true.
turned
That's
it into
also
Lone
too.
Spike metal.
The quality doesn't change when you refine
Okay.
it. It just makes
It just turned-
usable.
it changes
That's-
the
yeah,
tag
that's
from
what
ore to
it is.
metal.
Yeah, okay.
So I guess
Sweet.
we don't have anything that's going to make armor. It's going to help us against the creature the size of a freaking planet. So
Can we make shields?
I have a
Sure.
rusty pot and spoon.
Yeah, if you want to. You can either make a shield that's a utility item that so shields would help with block skill.
That's my natural skill. So if I can just max that out, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, absolutely. You can just make it as a utility item to help with block, or if you wanted to make it as a green weapon, you could also, but it would take a weapon slot in that case.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't want.
Also, wait a minute. So we do have things like herbs and stuff. Are any of those like
Durable.
durable?
You're looking for the durable tag.
Does it have to be
Yeah.
durable? Because
None of them are durable.
I am, in fact, a female protagonist, so I could just make a bikini. It wouldn't actually have to be very durable.
You're confusing durability with coverage.
Okay. Okay.
No.
She wants her beetle
Stinging
bikini.
The chainmail
They only
bikini
aim for the
still has to be
tatas.
made out of
We-
chainmail.
No. Stinging kelp is durable Q1.
Okay.
Becomes
Ooh. Okay.
Q3.
Becomes Q3.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God, no,
okay.
he's totally
okay.
right.
Okay.
Wait,
So,
what tags can you-
So.
It's fiber. Or...
You just need durable.
Durable.
But what can she
Can,
both
can I
agree?
can I make
Herbs.
fiber?
That's
Can
not-
I make
that wasn't
fiber
a herb.
bikini shields?
It says on the card.
Do you guys
It's
want
herbs
to
and
make
something else.
kelp Kevlar?
Yes.
We need
Yes.
bikinis,
Wait,
obviously.
what does the card
I don't
say
know
you
what you
upgrade?
guys are
Because
talking
it's not
about.
an herb.
If
It's
that's not an herb,
It's not. It's any. So if it's an herb, Q1 and Q2 ingredients count as Q3 when cooking or crafting.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not
Okay,
an
that's
herb.
not an
though.
herb.
It's not an herb?
herb.
Oh, what is it? Woodworking?
back to looking.
It's fiber, but like that's it.
Oh, fiber's weaving.
Oh yeah, one thing I probably would do is I would take. I've got some leftover whale algae, and I got some of these fire ferns here, and we know this thing is very attracted to some fire. So kind of like my original idea when we're trying to sneak into the cave here, I got this cloak already. I want to add on to this with a pretty big netting of this whale algae here that's a bit wider on my form. Trails behind me a little bit with a little bit of fire fern on the outside of it, so that ideally, were I to move particularly quickly, some of that would catch as it was kind of swaying behind me, focusing attention just a little bit off to the side of where I am. I'm hoping to make something that helps me a little bit, maybe dodging with agility to get out of his view, or at least out of where his strike is going.
So, okay.
So I'm gonna have
All
like
right.
a big
At
old,
first,
like,
I was kind of like, you're gonna
ghillie-
set yourself on fire
Nah.
to get Dodge's attention.
big like ghillie, not his attention, but his hits. Big like ghillie net that kind of obscures exactly where I am. with
You're a
some
fighter
little
jet
sparking
dropping
thing.
flares.
Exactly the concept. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly the concept of a fighter
Just like
jet
the
flare.
gun can.
Dodge out
yeah,
of the
we
way,
can-
maybe just get his attention. It's only got to be a little bit to the side of me, and it's not where I am.
So, yeah, fair enough. I mean, you guys are in a workshop, and you've got everybody around you. You've got these ingredients together, and you can just roll until you make it. So, I mean, that's fair enough. Go ahead and take it. It's quality. What quality ingredients are you working
I
at?
mean, quality. The whale algae's 2, and the fire fern is also 2. So
2. All right, so it'll be 2. So this will give you +2 to agility.
does that go? That'd be a tool.
It would be a utility. Yep, because it's gonna boost a skill. Sorry,
Is that a tool?
tool. It's
Okay.
a tool.
None of these spots say utility.
I'm pretty sure utility is Latin for tool. I'm gonna go
yeah,
with that.
something like that. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I'm
I
gonna
took
go with
Latin
that.
in middle school once. He's right.
And so you guys can actually literally make kelp armor if you
Yes.
want to travel for that.
I would.
All right. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. So
Help armor for everyone.
we'll fast forward a couple days. They'll give you time to reunite with Stahl.
Can I get a
and
kelp
you'll have-
shield too?
You can make a.
I'm gonna turn my rusty pot into a spoon for him
You
with
need.
metalworking.
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to melt
He's
your brain
sunlocked.
like that.
He's-
Your shield's +2. You have it.
Yes.
All of you have heavy armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kelplar.
So it's armor just
Kelplar.
heavy
Kelplar.
3. Kelplar heavy 3.
Kelplar. Yeah, there you go.
Kelplar's good.
And does the shield go in weapons or tools?
Since it just boosts block, it's not. You can't actually use it to attack. That it goes in tools.
Sweet. Q2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does heavy armor have any effects?
Does that
Like
stop me
by
from
being
trying to
heavy?
dodge?
Nothing. Nothing says it does in the rules. So.
Worth asking.
Yep.
And I can have my shield and my spear and like that, right? I assume.
Correct, because the shield's not a weapon,
Baller. Okay.
and unless you have the dislocated shoulder trait, but I
How
don't know who has
fix
that.
It's
I
been
know, that'd
several
be
days.
silly.
Just don't ever show up. Is he just gone?
He
He's died on the
both
way.
arms are limp. He's just
Died,
walking
passed
down.
on, revived.
He
We're
just
back.
died back in Haven in unforeseen, very sad circumstances. We never heard
I'll
from
heal
him
his
again.
stupid butt.
All right. Well, you get healed up, and we
spend
are
an
we are
energy
ready.
point.
It is go time. It is ambush time. Go ahead and roll me down. We're gonna go into the heist movie montage.
There's like several camera angles on the same screen.
Yes.
We've got our wasp friends from the wreck that are setting up some kind of flaming explosive thing to keep this thing's attention. Focus
Hopefully
I'm
with
in.
some kind of
We're
trap.
ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully
they're-
with some kind of trap at the end of it.
Spiderfly's going to be somewhere else. If they're pressed, if they get an opportunity to do something to get some of that coolant spray on his wing or signal us for help, we can set up some kind of a system where they can. And we're going to see the thing burn. And smoke signals exist. That'd be pretty easy to get something out alongside that. If they
Morig's
get our
wasps
attention
are
to the cave.
going to stay the heck away from this thing. They have no interest in dropping coolant on it, but they will go ahead and
Well, they'll
kite
let
it
us
around.
know if the thing is kind of turned around. And while it's very much distracted, the 5 of us are going to make our way over to its cave.
Perfect.
Can
Sounds
the
like a plan.
can the final trap just be like a different color smoke? Like they just put something in there to make the smoke a different color.
So we can,
that
yeah,
we-
we
Sure.
that's a good
Yeah.
idea. Is we see it burn in a different color and know that our time is limited.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan. We can do that.
Okay, super. And then we're going to go.
Sound of
Well.
progress, friends.
We got that ballista set up on a nearby hilltop, ready to
Got
go.
Spikehead's ballista. He's ready. You've got it
If
kind of
things
set up
devolve
there.
into combat,
Yep,
that
yep, yep.
ballista's gonna start
Got a
firing.
nuclear missile launcher sitting there ready. We're gonna be very close to the spiderfly if it goes down. So we'll see what
I'm
happens.
gonna try to rig the coolant spray so that it might get it. If it flies back in, I can pull on it with
You
something.
tie it with
Yep,
a string to
yep.
the top of the cave. You can pull it if it falls.
Yep.
That's actually kind of clever.
I love it. I love it.
All right, let's do it. Ballista has been mounted on top of the cave. You have a tarp over it, and it's hidden at the moment. The engineers have moved off to distract the firefly. And instead, you see kind of smoke rising and light flying, and you can the spider fly, as soon as it notices it, immediately takes off and aggressively chases after it, leaving you some free time in the cave.
Tree powers activate.
I'm not even waiting. As soon as it takes
As soon
off.
as it takes off, we're going in.
Yeah, we're
sprinting.
going.
We're moving straight in,
Boom.
straight to that core stone deposit.
All right, perfect. So you move up to the cave, and the first thing that you notice is as you get through the nest, there is this pool that's here actually blocks the entire entrance to the cave. You're gonna have to actually either get around it or get over it if you want to, or maybe look around for some way to some other way of getting past it.
I vote for going around it.
That'd be
Around.
Yeah, around if possible. That's
Cool. Give me a hunting check.
Alrighty.
What are we hunting?
I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing. Search.
Oh, that makes me, I was like,
I mean, I'll hunt.
We're on the prowl.
Search.
the most dangerous game.
Oops. I dropped the thing out of there. Oh, nice. I got,
So at least one success.
yeah, 16 and 19. Oh, that's actually, I have 2 and.
Difficulty 14, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sweet.
two
Okay.
successes.
Okay, 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, perfect. So you're looking here is you do see that as you move up, you can see that the making your way around it is going to be tricky, but you can. And you can see the core stone floating at the back of the cave.
An angelic chorus emanating softly out.
That's it. That's it right there. And peering into the water, you can see there's a lot of activity in the water. And what it looks is actually parasite worms. There are dozens of them in this lake. And it seems that the spider fly was guarding the pond because that's where the parasite's young are. These aren't the behemoth's young. It is the parasite's young. And the parasite seems to have, at the very least, the behemoth is probably still alive, but the parasite seems to have a great deal of emotional control over this creature.
Horrifying.
That's pretty bad. Okay, great, super.
It stinks being a bug.
Like your average toxic relationship.
Ouch.
You're able to kind of sneak past the outer side of the cave and skirt around the water. And as you move in further, the water kind of continues into the cave, and you're able to creep back. And as you actually are in this cave now and looking over it, kind of moving past these floating stones, you peer down, brush away some of the rocks, and you see a massive deposit of core stone. This is exactly what you were looking for. This is your ticket out of this island. As you get your picks ready and start chipping away to go and pry this core stone out of the rock that's holding it prisoner, a sort of splash happens behind you. And you turn around and you see a couple of larvae push their heads out of the lake, kind of scenting, moving around, focusing in your direction, and then they rear back and a loud shrieking emanates from their mouths.
Fireball.
It's third one.
The firebomb goes into the lake, detonates off of one of them. They shriek even louder before slipping back into the water.
And we should grab and go.
Yeah.
Time scales just advanced
Hurry
a
up.
little bit, I think.
And in the distance, you see the smoke go green. The spider fly is on the way back. You have minutes, if you're lucky, to prepare before Angry Mama comes back to the cave.
I will stand at the mouth of the cave, like first line of defense, and just have the shield up and the spear out, just ready to
First
go.
stone, pocket.
Would-
First stone, second pocket. First stone, third pocket.
This is like you're trying to take the whole deposit, so you're having to chip it out. You are not going to get done in
Fair
time.
enough.
Would
Really-
Spikehead be arming the ballista, or would we need to do that?
Probably one of you are going to have to be up there because Spikehead is like... Well, Spikehead would want to see it work, actually.
I see
So
you
yeah,
would- you would-
Spikehead's gonna be there. I cannot see Spikehead not letting someone else shoot his ballista.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
don't think that's
universe lets that
happening.
happen. Well, as we're making our way back to the front of the cave, want to be in front of the pond here. We don't want that between us and it. Well, I guess we got to be back, so we're going to stay inside the cave. So make it cross the pond. Make a deal with that.
Yeah, and I'm going to ready to throw one of the fire bombs into the back of the cave so that it is hopefully distracted.
I'm
so
gonna
that we
get
can
ready
sneak
to
by.
coolant spray it so it can't fly away.
I just got a
Okay.
pen titan ready to stab.
All right,
I'm
everyone.
gonna shield and then have my mushroom thing in my hand to
Okay,
throw at it.
perfect. All right, so it sounds like we are pretty much ready for the ambush, and the spider fly is bounding over there. You see it in flight.
Like Pepe Le Pew?
And the thing is horrifying to see it fly. And the parasite, which normally stays inside the thorax of the monster, is actively out scanning around. And it swoops in, lands at in front of the lake with a massive crash as it starts to move its way in.
Can I just shoot the parasite? Can I just shoot the parasite?
It is something you can target once the fight starts, absolutely. Okay. But I believe Mimi's going to start her distraction, so fires in the back. The thing immediately gets its attention. And you can, as the thing comes down, you kind of hear Spikehead pulling the tarp off of his ballista, but it's not going to be ready just yet. And the
Spikehead, what are you even doing, man?
Yeah.
You got one job.
I thought his finger would be on the trigger.
Yeah, I know. How was this the thing that we're waiting for?
And the fire catches its attention, and you all get to act first. And we are in. So the behemoth is up. You can target different parts. You have the tail and stinger, which is whipping about, moving for targets, but it seems dead focused on the fire at the back of the cavern. It has wings and also this toxic spittle that is. Excuse me.
It's doing
right
like
there.
that.
There it is, right there, dripping out. There is, of course, the parasite, which seems to be kind of sensing around. You could try to target that as well.
I'm gonna take the wings first because we're gonna coolant spray him.
Boom, we've got coolant spray over here. So ambush, coolant spray. Let's see here. I'll let you use, let's see, what would be good for this one? We could do agility for picking when to drop it. We could do deft hands. I'll let you use demolition. I'll let you, any of those.
I don't have any of them, but it's okay because we're just gonna coolant spray.
You have a +2 for my tool.
Oh, that's right. I do have a +2. Oh, that's right. I have that now. You're right.
I have a demolition tool that I could have just handed you.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, so
I
you
will
will
use-
have that demolition tool for this fight.
Okay.
All right, give me a demolition difficulty 12.
That's gonna be 1 success.
1 success. It's going to land and it will go off, spraying this freezing cold over the wings. The wings will shudder up, and it looks like it's not going to be taking off anytime soon.
Cold. It's cold now.
Carvey.
Does it like roar or anything the moment that happens?
Oh, it doesn't seem very happy about it, but it's not like ear splitting.
Okay, I just want to know how clear of a shot I have at throwing this thing down its mouth. So,
It's facing away from us at the moment.
you do what?
It's facing away from us at the moment. Fire's over there.
Distracted.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
So probably not immediately.
Yeah.
There's
So
a different hole we could aim for.
Yeah, so basically you have to target one of the monster parts. It's either the tail and the stinger, the wings and the toxic spit, or the parasite itself.
okay. I guess the stinger's facing us right now, so I guess I'll just stab at that.
Take a
then.
swing at that.
Yeah.
All right, yep, sounds good. What are you attacking it with?
My green leech stick.
Green leech stick. All right, go ahead,
Can
roll
I-
your difficulty 14.
Can I spend an energy point to have it so that if we all attack the stinger, we get +1?
Sure. Mimi starts directing. Attack the stinger!
To the stinger!
Hit the thing in front of us.
You got it, boss. 14, you said?
14.
Yeah, that's one success.
1 success. I'm going to use my Bane here to force you to re-roll that.
No.
As this
No.
spiderfly is
Could become
whipping
a 20.
around
Go
very
It was a
aggressively.
19, so I'm only one away. It's an 11 +1.
It's a
And I'm
12.
Bane, or I'm blessed.
That's a 13.
So I
that
forget what use of the
doesn't
DL was.
14.
Beans. Okay. Nothing happens.
Oh, Bane is bad for me.
Well, you have hero.
Well, never mind. I'm going to use that villain point to do that same thing then.
Yeah.
Fine.
Bane is bad for me. So
my
I
characters
guess
are
the way
dumb.
we'll run Bane for the GM is if any of you want to just go, Bane! I'll go ahead and let you use my Bane to Bane my thing trying to come after you.
Bang.
Bang.
We'll do it that way.
Bang.
All right, so you get 0 successes. Your shot is knocked away, and no progress is made.
Oops.
What's Stahl doing?
Stahl's got a gun.
Yes, Stahl has a gun. What you shooting at?
Got a gun. Same thing. The stinger.
Tail and stinger. All right, it's going to be 11. Sorry, difficulty 12 for you.
J-Stall cast gun.
Yeah, I cast gun. That will be 2 successes with the use of my goggles.
2 successes with the use of your goggles. You're going to have to go and re-roll
Great.
that 1 success you got with my villain point.
Oh, he's burning them. He's
As
burning
this
them.
thing is
He's going through them.
All right, so these were not successes. This was an 18. It's still a success, 16.
just a 16. All right, very good.
So 2 successes.
2 successes. You go and attack the stale with a precision shot. That's going to do, how much damage was
2.
that? 2? Punching a hole in there, it leaks ichor and it shrieks, whipping the tail around. Going to Mimi.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of just smash down with a maul. I've got a little green dizzying maul over here, and I'm going to try and just smoosh.
Absolutely.
Just do a little bit of smooshing.
Swing down on this thing. This thing seems actually
That's
pretty energetic. Going to be difficulty 14 to hit this thing.
Okay, I get one success.
1 success. How much damage is that?
That is 1.
1. Okay. Glancing blow.
Yes.
Saul.
I'm behind it. I got my pen tightened here. Got a tail waving in front of me, and I'm just trying to get in there quick.
Go for it.
Get some tail.
The blue deal.
Only going to be 12.
Neat, I say. That's going to be 2 successes then. 2
Two
successes for 3 damage.
3 damage. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3. You stab into it. The tail still whipping around violently, but there it is. The behemoth charges forward, smashes the back of the cave with its jaws, scattering dirt all over the fire and smashing into the area, flattening anyone who would have been foolish enough to hold it. But the fire is put out, and then it wheels around, focusing on you. The tail and the stinger is going to whip out and target. Let's see here. No one happened to be dazed, I suppose. So the tail is going to whip around violently.
I vote that we just bane whoever this goes after.
More worried about the parasite, personally.
1, 2, 3, 4. Mimi.
Ha, yes.
You have a behemoth tail whipping at you incredibly quickly.
Okay, I'm going to carapace my way down and try
carapace
and,
your way
This is
down.
what a carapace looks like.
Yes. Shink.
That sounds like a either a resistance or a block. So you pick which one you want to do. That's
I mean, it works out either way. I'll just do resistance. What is that deal?
it's going to be difficulty 14.
All right, I got 1 success.
1 success. So you manage to avoid getting wounded, but then the behemoth roars in your face, and you are going to get the dazed condition.
Well, I would be kind of big.
He's got stinky breath.
Oh, he's stinky.
As this thing flips around, the tail is whipping around incredibly violently. Anyone with ranged weapons are going to be having a very hard time drawing a bead on this thing. All right. Moving on, we've got, let's see here. We then have the wings are going to flutter, but are not going to be able to take its out of the cave. But instead what it's going to do is it's going to haul back and blast a toxic spittle out. We've got one coming at J-Stall, and we've got one coming at Saul.
That rhymes.
Yeah.
I want to take cover behind the rock that I was using as a shooting platform.
Okay, that sounds like I'll let you use agility for that. Does that sound good?
Sure.
I'm going to stick with my original plan here. I got this little sparking ghillie suit here, trying to move quick enough that it's not able to aim exactly where I am.
Perfect. It's not terribly accurate, so go ahead, difficulty 12 on your dodge checks.
1.
1.
1 and 1. Okay, so you managed to avoid the direct hits. However, this goo goes absolutely everywhere.
I'll take anywhere. Anywhere but here.
He is a-
It is all over the place, and judging from the acrid smell coming off it, it is very flammable. You think that if you're going to try to use any flame-based attacks on this thing right now, it is going to be very dangerous for you. So you're going to have to be particularly careful not to set the entire arena on fire and cook yourself.
That's cool. We're just planning on stabbing it.
Yum.
Gun's a bad idea right
yeah,
now.
No,
so.
I had fire too, so that's never a good plan.
definitely using
Finally,
the axe.
Arutha, this thing opens its jaws and swings in to try to latch at you, while the parasite inside will latch out and try to nibble at you as well with its chompy teeth.
Trying to give you the nibbles.
I'm gonna block it by taking my entire body and just making myself so that I turn sideways so that I'm too big for it to get its jaws around.
Okay.
If
Go ahead
you
and roll
can't
me a
get your
block
mandibles
test.
around it, you can't
Difficulty
bite it.
14.
Everybody knows the laws of mandible.
That's gonna be 2 successes.
2 successes. You managed to successfully dodge the attack. All right, and the thing kind of rears back, kind of angrily. I believe that is all of its things.
Sweet.
All right, moving on. Yep, the tail is damaged as it swings about. All right, let's go around again. I guess we'll start with Saul this time.
Do we go around again? Because I thought if we only got army on defensive or something.
Actually, yeah,
now?
that's true. We didn't stagger.
It's literally
it yet.
just Carvey that
Yeah,
to
that's
attack. I'm pretty sure.
I'm ready.
That's true. That's true. Carvey didn't stagger. So really, you're the only one who's going to be able to
Reach and range get to retaliate, don't they?
Because I have
and
reach.
Reach will get to Reach gets the initiative, but your ambush is what got the initiative. So it's
Oh,
like
okay.
that doesn't really.
I
Matter.
thought we just get
Oh,
to
it sounds
attack
like
because it
turn,
attacked.
that's turn 1, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's on you now, so that doesn't help. All right, so moving on to it's gonna whip that tail around again. Let's see here. The tail is going to swing through. We'll go ahead and pick. All right.
So I don't get to go?
I didn't get attacked.
Doesn't
Do I
Carvey
get to
get
attack?
Carvey didn't get attacked? Doesn't Carvey get to swing?
Carvey didn't get attacked, and
Carvey didn't get attacked, so Carvey
And
gets
I've
to
got 2
swing,
successes.
And you
Right,
get
but
to
you
swing.
already
got 2
So you two
successes.
can go.
Okay.
That's us.
That's us.
That's us. That's this
Go
table.
for it, guys. Do the killing.
Oops.
So you want to go first?
Yeah, if it's looking at us now, I want to throw the mushroom bomb down his mouth.
Let's do it. Mushroom bomb. You're gonna go ahead. It's a poison attack, a blue attack. You need a 12.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with what's this gonna be?
Deft hands would be cool.
Well, it's a bomb, so I'm gonna say demolition.
All right, it's not quite deft hands. That's no successes whatsoever.
No successes. The bomb goes wide and
Well.
kind of explodes harmlessly off the carapace.
All right, well, worth a shot.
Arutha.
Do we know?
All right.
You're doing great.
Hey, thank you. It's a good day for me.
Arutha's gonna take his Thornpike spear, since since range right now doesn't seem like it's a good idea. I'm gonna take my Thornpike spear up and I'm gonna slash at its tail with reach.
All right, go ahead and go for it.
And it's a green weapon.
green weapon. You need 14.
long live the beast.
Got her. We're good. We're good. We're safe. We're professionals.
That's gonna be 0 successes. That's like not even close.
0 successes. It's moving way too fast. Actually knocks you back a bit. That's 3 stamina down,
Yep.
and you are reeling from this. All right. The tail continues its whipping motion, swinging around. So it's going to be a ring swinging here, and also, unfortunately, Mimi being dazed right now is not able to successfully dodge out of the way. So the tail's going to be going after the both of you.
Oh, can I pull her behind the rock?
You can. That can be your action because it's not the tail isn't hitting you right now. So you're gonna have to use your action to defend Mimi.
Sure.
And then you two would be able to attack if you can get her out of the way.
I'm gonna throw my branches up again and try to block it from being able to get purchase on me.
Okay, sounds good. That's a good block test.
I'm going fishing.
14 for the block.
It's almost 2
That's
20s.
almost there.
But that's going to be. What was the
14.
14? Okay, that's gonna be so that's a 16 because it's +4.
Yep.
And then so it's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, nice. You solidly stop that attack.
I'll use my fishing rod, poke her, and pull her behind the rock. I get
He
to use
hooks right
fishing.
on the carapace.
Yeah,
right on the carapace. It's kinda like,
You can't say fishing's the most
And I
irrelevant
just-
thing now.
drag along. I don't even get up. I'm like still under my little thing, and I just slide back.
I'll let you use athletics.
Hooker Kelplarkini.
Or
Yeah.
I'll let you use athletics. Go use athletics.
Okay, doke. One success.
1 success.
If we're
I
still
should probably
using
give you
14.
give you a difficulty level, huh? See, you're trying to basically it's a dodge, I guess. I guess I'll call it a dodge. So 12.
It's one success.
1 success. So you get 20 or
2 sub-10s and a 16.
Oh, okay, fair enough. you manage to again. You're able to bring Misty out of the way, Mimi out of the way slightly, but that tail still wallops you, and your dazed condition continues. Unfortunately, and so we've got
that's
Saul. You've used your action. Used your action. Boomer.
I don't know what just happened. I
Boomer.
touched something and it went off.
I haven't been attacked yet because the wings are still flipping at me. I haven't done my dodge.
You have not, and that's the spit that's going to come after you
Yeah.
now. So yep, go ahead and give you a dodge for spit. We have
Natural one, and a 9. So what was the DC?
that's called get wounded.
What's the DC? It's only 12, right?
For dodge, yes, 12.
That's one success. I got 4 agility. So that 9's a 13.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look at you!
It's close call.
Swear.
You tripped out of the way.
I stumble out of there. I trip on my own little sparking ghillie suit and stumble a bit and literally fall on the floor, but he hits a little. He doesn't know exactly where I'm at. It's doing its job.
As it singes a bit of your hair like right off your head.
Doing its job.
All right. Again, that goo goes everywhere. Any follow-up fire attacks are going to be very dangerous. All right, so we've got finally a goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious.
We got spit on you, and we have spit on who hasn't been hit yet. You. There you go.
Okay, what am I doing?
Well, you're trying to not get hit by acid spit, I suppose, or you just let it hit you. You can do that if you want to.
No, I have a shield, so I'll just try to
You try to
let it hit
block
the shield
the
instead
acid.
of me.
Yes, block
Yeah.
that acid.
All right,
Hey,
give it to me. About
what-
14.
Okay, I got a +4.
I believe in you.
That's a success.
A
It's a
success.
dirty
20.
You manage to avoid getting wounded. However, your shield gets badly acid eaten,
Oops.
and your shield is going to be useless for the rest of the fight.
Oops,
Oopsies.
it's fine. Got one.
Oopsie daisy.
It did its job.
I did it.
Took a hit.
I'm proud of you. As I lay it down.
All right, and goodness gracious, it's we have two. I think we had a successful two of you, right? Successfully defended.
No, I got 1 success so that she didn't get wounded.
That's right, but you haven't been attacked yet.
I
Dazed.
got one success.
But that's my action is to.
Yeah, it
pull
is.
her.
Go ahead.
I got 2 successes on my block.
Okay,
You already attacked, but I think Brains Helena hasn't gone this round.
Dazed.
I was dazed.
you were dazed,
This is
but
being dazed.
I don't think that. I don't think that.
I was like, are
loses
you
your
invincible?
action.
I will absolutely take dazed if it means I'm invincible. Like, that's great.
That's awesome. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. So
I did carapace. Is carapacing not a thing?
I'm kind of confused.
you got pulled out of the way.
Yeah,
You're not
I
able
pulled
to.
you, which
Oh,
means you
okay,
didn't
okay,
have to
okay.
take a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, you just couldn't defend. Oh.
But you also weren't attacked, which means that you still get to act.
Well, you were attacked at, but he defended for you. You weren't able to defend yourself. That's basically what it is. But I guess that means that your action is
I guess that's the round. then.
available. Yeah, I think that's the round.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Mystery solved.
Okay.
So back to the top.
Round the
That-
third.
yeah, back to the top, round the third. So we've got, no one got hit, right?
No one got hit that round.
No, I hit.
Okay.
My shield.
It was
is
an
gone.
But no
Almost.
one got 2 successes either.
No one got 2 successes either. Okay, well, it's coming at you guys again.
I did.
You did it. Oh, that's right, you did.
Well, you.
I got 2
You
successes
had 2
on a
successes
block.
to block.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first round. Yeah.
Second
Like,
round.
you
No,
didn't
it
get
was the
attacked
second
after
round.
No,
Yes, I
did
did.
It,
Just
did
now.
it again.
Yeah.
that. Hit her again. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah.
first thing it did. Was it hit me and it hit her, and he took it for her, but I took it for myself.
Oh, you took a tail hit,
Yes.
Yes.
which hits 2 people now. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Because dazing hits you. Everyone who's dazed also gets hit by the tail.
That's interesting.
So you're the one who can attack right now.
Go for it. Kill it.
So
Get him.
does it seem like I can ranged attack it again, or does that still look like a bad idea?
No, it's still going to be really hard to try to range attack it.
Okay, then I'm gonna once again take another stab at it with my spear.
Go for it.
From its sensitive point in the tail. Okay.
That's really good.
DL 14 still, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, that's,
That's
one
going to
success.
be 1 success, but it's a 20.
All right, get a stamina back, and that's how much damage?
1.
Okay.
No, 2. I'm sorry, it's my green weapon. I get 2
Hey,
successes.
There you go. That tail's looking really bloodied up, and now it's going to kind of lash out its jaws, try to bite Saul with this massive chomping motion.
It's kind of tired of trying to hit me with the goo. Now it's coming with the face. Is it still 12?
It is still 12 for the dodge.
That's going to be 3 successes.
You
Yeah.
vanish out of it, and this thing is like left like chomping after your motion, and you have a clear shot at it next time.
We're in there.
Mimi, what you let's see here.
Time?
Tail is gonna go for you and stall.
Oh, okay. So I'm also going to hide behind the...
You were dazed again.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
only a
not
single
do that?
success. So
Okay.
one of you two is going to have to defend Mimi.
I can this time. So, my turn.
Your turn, Kirby.
If I willingly take the hit to my armor, am I allowed to then retaliate?
Yes, you are.
Get down, Mr. President.
No, it's just like soak the hit because you have armor, and then you can just fight. Yeah, you can just soak the armor hit and then attack it.
I'll save it for now, but if things start getting desperate, maybe?
I guess all of you have armor technically, don't
Yes.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You technically have 2, because you have armor and the
Well, I've only got
The
one of the
carapace won't help
carapace
against the
only
behemoth.
does for one the level
Light
1
enemies.
monsters.
Okay. Then I guess I am just going to hunker down behind my rock somewhere.
All right, go for it. 12.
1 success.
Okay. The tail dazes you.
Awesome.
The tail's gonna attack everybody soon. Mimi is. I think no one's protecting you at the moment.
Yeah.
So this
Well,
thing
can I-
smashes into you.
Can I protect her?
You literally just said you weren't going to.
No, I
he
thought-
did
no, I
it.
said I thought
he
it was-
said it's my turn now.
I said it was my turn, and I was gonna do that.
Oh, okay, cool. How do you want to protect her?
I'll just stand in front.
Beautiful. Block.
Yeah, just block with my body.
Difficulty 14.
Do you get undazed?
Yeah, how does that happen?
You go around without getting hit.
If he rolls more than 1 success,
That 14, you said?
yeah,
That is 2 successes.
you are not dazed. Your daze wears off.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's
now
the roll
the
gooder.
the
Oh, I
baton has
see,
been
I see,
passed to
I see.
me.
Okay,
the
okay,
roll
okay, okay.
gooder.
Alrighty, and the chomping one off. The tail hit the 2 of you, and then there's acid goo at you, and I guess technically,
You already did one time.
yeah,
you
I
gotta,
guess
you
did.
gotta do it again.
Guess acid goo at you then,
All right, that works.
No.
and you're also gonna try to block. All right, go for it.
12?
14.
14. That's a success.
A single success.
Yes.
Are you using a shield?
Yes.
That shield gets damaged by acid and is useless for the rest of the fight.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Didn't need it.
Now let's see here. Who passed? You passed.
did.
Only partially, and you passed. So you two can go attack.
No, this tail's gotta go. This tail's gotta
This
freaking
is-
go.
this tail's-
This tail's gotta stop
This
right
tail's
now.
really annoying.
Didn't
She
get
didn't get
hit,
She didn't get
and
hit,
is
she's
no longer
undazed.
dazed.
Is
Yeah,
that-
sure. Mimi can attack too.
So is it all of us? Because she. Oh no,
Except-
you got one.
No, you
I only got one.
Okay.
Us 2 cannot.
Yeah.
His tail's gotta go. This tail's gotta freaking
This tail's
go.
getting kind of silly.
I got the reach on this blue Pentitan that I've made here, and I'm just gonna fling it out and really try to. If I can bring that thing down, I think that's the best my sticks can do at the moment.
Sounds good to me. 12 for your sneaky pokey.
2 success.
How
which
much
is
damage is that?
3 damage.
3 damage. The tail is speared and is actually severed, and it collapses. And you can see tiny worms try to work their
Gross.
way out, trying to crawl to freedom from the
I-
severed tail.
I hate this thing.
Crank
I hate
it.
this
The
thing
worst
so
thing I've ever
much.
seen.
This
See,
is the most
so-
putrid thing.
With that tail gone, is Gestal still dazed? Is the tail like whipping what's making him
Gestal
dazed?
is
or-
still dazed. So the dazed, what the downside about being dazed is that the tail gets a free hit on you, but the tail isn't making hits anymore because you dropped
fair
it.
enough. All right.
Okay.
The thing screeches in rage and tries to flutter its wings, trying to knock the coolant frozen off of it, trying to beat some feeling back into it. You think that it's gonna probably get a chance to leave next turn. Mimi,
Is
what you
that
doing?
bad?
Is that bad?
That's what we're waiting for, boys.
We do want it to
ready.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up to the front. How close am I to the front of the cave?
You can easily make your way out if you need to.
Can I get up to the top of the cave and then like lob?
Okay, so wait. There's getting out the front of the cave, and then there's getting up the front, going up the side, climbing up the side of the thing, getting up to the top. So which were you asking about?
Can I lob a bomb outside the cave?
To like distract it?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Difficulty is going to be 12.
Sweet. I get what is
Demolition.
demolition? 1 success.
1 success.
It is a pretty good success. I like it.
You fling it out there. It kind of flashes out and blasts, and it distracts it a bit, and it starts lashing about, kind of panicky, bestially kind of thing. Like it's not quite sure. I'm gonna say that it's going to distract it, and it will attack one less person.
Oh, sweet. Excellent work.
What's J-Stall gonna do?
I'm dazed.
He's dazed.
That's right.
Me.
Just him.
Carvey time.
I'm gonna carve you up.
So what are the 2 things I can attack? It's head and what else?
You can
Wings.
attack the
Wings.
parasite in its mouth or the wings and the toxic spit.
There's no reason we wanted to leave. There's no reason to attack the wings, right?
Yeah, leaving is great for us.
Yeah.
Like, actually,
Parasite.
All right, just
love
as
it to not be
as
in
it's
the
running
cave.
by me, can I just jab at its head as it's just going?
Stupid parasite.
So again,
Parasite
so
or
parasite's
toxic
what you're going
spit.
for, right?
Yeah.
All right, roll for it.
Cool.
Thing's not in the cave. We just get all the core stone.
Yeah, like,
We're not trying to kill it. We're trying to rob it.
Yeah.
well, I get a little. If I do well, I get stamina back. So I just
Robbery
kind
does
of
not
want
have
that.
to become a homicide.
What am I trying to hit? Like, what's the DL?
You're using a green spear, right?
Yes.
14.
That's 2 successes.
Oh, how much damage is that?
3, and I get 1 stamina back.
Okay. All right. You stab this into the parasite. The parasite shrieks in pain, and the behemoth roars angrily and starts thrashing about the cave as the parasite drives it into a blind fury to protect itself. The parasite withdraws back into the thorax, and now the behemoth seems to be in a blind fury in the cave. The behemoth just got harder.
Oops.
All right, so everyone is going to unfortunately have to soak an attack as this thing attacks all of you as it flails about the room, smashing into walls, trying to crush all of you beneath this massive attack.
Not my Kelplar.
My Kelplar.
How?
It's
What
limited
you
edition.
guys? We'll start over here this time. What's Rutha gonna do to try to defend?
Arutha is going to try to plaster himself against the wall and just take it on his back.
Okay. I'll let you use. That's the resistance if you're trying to soak it, or if you're trying to get out of the way of it, I'll let you use agility. Which one do you want to do?
Soak.
Soak. All right. That's gonna be resistance difficulty 16. This thing is rageful and smashing around with great strength.
Upsetty
Fatty
spaghetti.
spaghetti.
That is nada.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Your armor
Kelplar.
shatters under the impact.
Okay.
And what's Carby gonna do?
If I just like cross my arms in front of it, would that count as block?
Sure.
Okay, cool. That. I got just bracing for impact.
Roll me a
essentially.
block test.
It's an
Difficulty.
anime protagonist all of a sudden.
Difficulty
He gets knocked through the dirt. This big trench. He just gets pushed back through.
16.
I'm in a
Difficulty
real
16.
All Might fight with this thing. All right. No successes.
This thing has gotten the rage from its parasite being wounded smashes into you, and your armor shatters. Into
Does my
pieces.
armor have to shatter, or
It
can
does.
I take the hit?
The armor has to
Okay,
shatter.
okay.
J-Stall.
Kevlar.
Okay.
I'm dazed.
Oh, can I try and can I try and also like pull him back away?
Wait, no, this is the next round.
Yeah,
Would
I think it's
still
the
be
next
dazed?
round. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well then
Okay.
I will put Kelplar back on my sheet and try and roll something.
All right. What you want to roll?
Fishing.
That's
Why
it.
does he
Yeah, so
the
just
great
break
idea.
your Kevlar. That's fine. We'll move on.
He legally has to say yes.
I'm gonna go with stealth.
You gonna try to hide from it?
I've already been taking cover behind this rock. I'm just gonna go deeper into the shadows.
You've got to bury yourself and try to cover yourself. Go ahead and give me a stealth check. Difficulty 14.
Kelplar.
Thing you try, it finds you and it makes you suffer. That Kevlar
This
smashes.
is a long journey to still break the Kelplar.
Yeah.
We got there.
The
What's Mimi?
timelines have reconverged.
What's Mimi gonna do?
You know, it never hurts to go TP style. I'm going to try.
Except
and
when it
resistance.
does.
I'm going to try and resistance again.
Go resistance it. It's gonna be difficulty 16.
Wow. Okay.
Damn, that thing
can I borrow one of your dice?
somewhere.
Absolutely gone.
we are losing a lot of
Okay.
dice.
We're letting long
Also,
dice today.
3 failures.
Also 3 failures. That Kevlar
Kevlar!
crunches underneath
Phase
your
2
the
just breaks all
impact.
your armor. It's just how the mechanic works.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah.
And what's Saul gonna do?
I have exactly one approach, and that's just don't get hit by the thing. I'm a Kadena. I'm
Tap
a little
dance, tap
spindly
dance.
and long. I'm just like get hit by nothing. I'm rolling and dodging. I'm ducking through a lot of things.
Difficulty
a lot of limbs, a lot of
14.
business here.
Did anybody
Can I do
see
it
where
2
that went?
successes? There?
2 successes. You
'Cause I
managed
got
to
plus
dodge
4.
the wound, and this thing. So you're the only one who manages to not to dodge the wound.
Oh, my Kelplar.
You get
I'm glad
you
I
get,
still have this.
you get a swing back, and you get one swing back, and then this thing is going to continue to rage as it smashes.
I'm
around.
starting to become less worried about actually dying and more worried about running completely out of stamina.
That is also
That's
dying.
also
dying.
that is also effectively
Stamina goes
dying.
very fast when you use it attacking and defending. But-
Battle is exhausting.
So
Yeah.
Why doesn't this thing have stamina?
we can't. Is the parasite not?
It's
targetable?
got like 150. It's good.
the parasite head. That's not. Is it just the wings we can attack now, or can we still?
You just have to try to swing at this thing's enraged body.
It's just hit the it.
It's hit the it.
All right,
That's
fair
that's
enough.
all
Well,
you can see right now.
Pentide, it's going.
Go for it.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty for your pentite is going to be 14.
I'm noticing a trend of everything being too higher.
It's almost like you enrage it. Everything
I
gets too
almost
high.
did it again.
Wait,
It almost
it was
worked.
distracted. It doesn't attack one of us this turn.
Yeah, that was before enrage.
Oh, I almost did it again. 3 successes. 2 of them are 20s.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
no.
Oh,
happened.
so close.
All right, well, get back 2 stamina for a second wind, and that's
20,
how much
20,
damage?
17. It's 4.
Nice.
Blue weapon does most of its damage on the 2.
All right, no, you stab into it stealthily, and then the round continues as it continues to flail about, defending yourself. We'll start with Saul, with his difficulty 14 dodgy.
Oh wait, that's dodge.
Dodge,
I'm
yeah,
Joey.
you
I was
have
like,
agility.
oh, that's not flat. 2 successes.
2 successes again. You manage to slip out of the way.
I'm a quick
Mimi,
boy.
Okay, I'm also gonna
fast.
try and dodge.
you're gonna try dodge too. Difficulty 14 with your agility.
That's 1 success.
1 success. So the behemoth, you managed to avoid getting wounded, but this thing continues to ramp up its attacks. Any further defenses that's going to happen is going to be +2 difficulty in addition to everything else for you only.
Okay.
J-Stall.
Hide behind my rock.
Stealth. Go for
Take me
it.
back
Difficulty
up.
14.
Shield me.
I mathed it out, and there's nothing I can. Can I demolition?
I mean, if you argue,
Distraction
how
flare.
you gonna?
I have a firebomb.
Yep.
I would like to throw it out of the cave as a distraction. You,
I'll let you do it.
Shoveling our bombs out of
Cross
the
out a
cave.
bomb and
Desperately
use
hoping to
demolitions.
turn around.
Although I am going to say that is going to be a red defense if you're going to try to do that. So you sure you want to do it?
no, because mathematically, nothing is better than rolling just flat zeros.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
Go ahead.
that.
Roll me some zeros.
Yeah.
Difficulty 14.
I'm going to animal kinship behind the rock. It's the same as all my other rolls.
Let's keep it with stealth.
Yeah, stealth. 1 success.
1 success. Again, managed to avoid getting wounded, but the further attacks against you when it's in rage state, you're going to be +2. Carvey.
I'll just do my anime pose again and just cross my arms.
Difficulty
Becoming a crater.
16.
There's a Carvey-shaped hole in the wall just for where I am. Yeah, okay, please, God in heaven. That is
Really going to spend God in heaven on this?
You
one.
get like 2 of those in your life.
I mean, there's people who like spend it on the lottery.
One success.
1 success. Again,
Would
managed to
baning
avoid
that
getting
help
wounded,
you?
but further rounds can be
Would
very
baning
hard
that
for you.
help
Oh yeah, can we bane still?
Huh?
Can we bane?
I mean, you've always been able to.
Would it help you?
what does the bane do? Does it make one of these a success?
It gets you +1 to all you to basically
It's
everything
a
you roll.
blast. One of us gets the call.
Oh, DC was what?
16. It doesn't help you.
Doesn't help me. She's right.
Arutha.
Arutha's gonna tree up and try to block his hit with his branches.
Difficulty 16.
Second crater.
You ever tried hitting the tree in a storm? It just kind of. Ooh.
Yeah, you got it.
I got 2 17s, so that's gonna be 2 successes.
Brilliant, nicely done, and you effortlessly shuck the blows. All right, so I believe everyone. So Arutha gets a counter, Salt gets a counter, and I don't remember what happened in here.
We only have 1 success.
You know, I had 1 success, and you had 1
2 of us
success.
get to go.
success.
Woo!
What
Go
is the reach weapon thing you said? That's only.
That's
doesn't matter at
over
this
and done.
point.
Never mind.
Range is good though, right? I can do range. Again?
Range is good. The
Tail is
tail
gone.
isn't flailing around anymore. You can totally range it.
That's what it was.
Lasso gun time, my friends.
Let's hit it with a lasso gun. Let's see if it works. The most tooled up weapon ever to be described. Here it comes.
I really forgot that
Do
that's
it.
what the base was.
I forgot its original purpose.
It is yellow, right?
Yes.
All right. It's gonna be difficulty 12.
Doesn't matter. I
The
can't
lasso
roll
gun
above a 6.
malfunctions.
No, it does too many things. It's not
You
good.
weighs
accidentally-
1,000 pounds.
You accidentally push the coffee maker button instead of the lasso button.
It's
Dribbling out on
The
the floor.
RGB lights turn on. You're like, no, that's not.
My garage is opening.
And Saul.
The phone starts ringing. Pen tighter.
This
Go for it. Difficulty 12.
Life alert
Is it
is
back
on
down
the
to
way.
12?
Goes back down to 12. Actually, yeah, wait, did I lie? I might have lied. Yeah, it's 14. I'm sorry.
Well, I have a bless, which means I get one success
Oh,
instead of 0
that's
successes,
damage.
Which means I poke him for 1. He's been lightly poked.
Is he
Lightly
down?
poked.
I
The
think he's dead.
behemoth
I think he's dead.
Yeah.
The behemoth
heart stopped.
slows down and starts to kind of like having spent a great deal of energy trying to just clear the cave, and its wings will shudder and it will flap its way back out of the cave, spewing toxic slime at all of you in the cave.
Cool.
We still have
So,
the +2.
huh?
We still have the +2 to our.
Nope. It's only during enrage. So like just don't partial success on the first round.
Okay.
Fair enough.
How you guys gonna dodge the slime?
Same way I dodge
Behind
everything.
my rock.
By moving fast.
Yep.
I'm a scuttler.
The toxic sludge is flammable and coming out of its face. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to use demolition and just throw the firebomb at its ugly maw to burn it all off.
The stuff
To
starts
save
spraying out and
me.
he burns it back up.
So the sludge
We
is
about
not
to
only coming out of its face; it is also coating a fair bit of the interior of the cave.
I'm in a crater, so I'm
so
fine.
you
So
are
we get a little
going.
crispy.
It is going to be as a skilled demolitionist. It is impossible for you to not cook yourself in this situation. I will
Roll the
tell you
dice.
that right now. It's difficulty 21 to make this attack. So
You got a bless?
No, you can make a DC 21 if you're blessed or Bane.
I'm
Well,
just
it's
saying.
demolition. You get your modifier. You
You
can
got
get
your
my
modifier.
modifier.
It's true. You might be able to pull it off. It's
Roll
up to you.
3 nat 20s.
do it. Just drop it. We've had before.
As much of a meme as I want it to be, I also really want to kill this thing. Oh, give me a reason not to do it right now.
I'm
Winning?
Die.
That's not a reason. I don't,
Inting.
Abrupt.
no, I'll just hide behind my rock.
So disappointed in you. 12.
Doesn't
Probably
matter.
a good plan, yeah.
Ugh.
I take a wound.
Okay, yeah, no, this thing eats into you. You're gonna be down to 2 dice now. All
He
right.
didn't feel the vibes coming.
Dude, he should have. If he'd rolled for the 21s, he would have gotten all 3.
Carvey,
I
what
don't
you gonna
think that's
do?
how that works.
It is.
Yeah, he's trying to block. You're gonna try to block the acid.
I have literally. What am I gonna deft hands it? I have nothing else I can do. Let me
What's
cook
your
it.
card?
14.
I pull a coin out from behind my ear and I twirl it around. All right. I rolled 3 12s, so that's something.
Well, rather unsurprised. You have block skill, right?
yes, +2. What was the DL?
14.
I made it all. My
Rather,
protagonist
Don't tell him
energy.
what he can and can't do.
what were you gonna say? Rather surprising.
sorry, what was that? What was that, Nick? What was that?
What was
You
it?
know what? I
Rather
blow a kiss at it.
surprisingly.
I blow a little kiss at it. I go, mwah. That's what I'm done with it.
So your coral polyps release sort of a very powerful basic chemical that counteracts the
I'm
acid.
gross.
He has polyps now. It's canon.
Disgusting.
It's from my rashes.
Yes, that's it. All right.
That's what y'all get for stinging kelp armor.
What's Arutha doing?
Arutha is gonna turn around and duck down and just put his tree butt in the air and attempt to have it hit
Take
the
me.
thing that matters the least.
Presents herself.
Resistance.
The gun taught her how to
That's
do that.
resistance. If anything, is resistance. Difficulty 14.
Same thing as block difficulty 16, so I'll take it. Ha!
Oh, yay. Hey,
That's a success, my friend.
All right, you guys
that's the one.
success. Okay.
Only 66% of the is.
Yeah, you don't get wounded, so that's good.
See?
Let's
It
go
didn't
over.
hit the face.
Let's go over to Saul with your scuttle dance.
I've been told by a very reliable source that the quickest way to dodge something. This is a wave of acid coming at us. I don't want to run away from it. I
Stream.
want to go towards it.
Okay.
I need to get under this.
Ah.
Because it's going to splash backwards. Roll into it. That's what you do.
That's maximize your iframes. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Here's my agility. What's the DC? Or
12.
12? That's going to be 2 successes.
Hey, good enough. You
That's
slip
9 to
underneath
13.
it. And Mimi, what's Mimi gonna do?
That's
I'm
a-
gonna try
that's
and
everyone's
climb up
stamina
the-
looking, 'cause I'm not doing great over here, and I feel like I've succeeded a lot.
I'm
actually
over
doing
next
really
to the
well.
wall a little bit, and I'm
7
actually
left.
gonna just kind of like hike up onto the wall, and just try and get like the
Very
stuff under-
agile of you. Difficulty
Yes,
12.
Stills. What? That's a natural 1, a 4, and a 6.
Oh no.
This
3 failures.
catches you right in the face. Your beetle carapace working against you. You are wounded.
Okay. Check. Wound.
All right. And as it flies back out of the cave, spewing this acid, you hear a, "Now try some of this!" And its back erupts into an explosive fireball.
He did something.
Wait, we're
It
covered in
shrieks.
gasoline.
And the spider fly collapses down, its long head like rolling, smashing into the
And
ground.
there are no negative repercussions for the incredibly flammable acid we're all covered in, and also all of the caves.
Well, that was-
it was in front of the
that
water.
was in the
It-
cave.
Oh,
It's out of the cave.
It's in front of the water. It's fine.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's a fire break.
And the spider fly is, in addition to being very badly wounded, is vulnerable. It is stunned.
Oh,
we got this. We got this.
We're
We got
going
this.
in.
Stab it with the stab it.
We're going stabbing.
We had to get
We're
there,
gonna
though.
shoot it. No, I'm a lasso gun this.
Lasso gun.
Pull
What
it
was
in.
the lasso gun?
Follow in here, Aruta. Time to give him the stick.
Rifle.
The gun shoots a net, and then it shoots tracking bullets, and then
And
it
then
shoots
it
a freezy spray, and then it
Because it's,
just don't push the little red button on the side there.
And then it
yeah.
actually just shoots D20s directly.
because it's vulnerable, I can also shoot it.
Yes. You will get each of you are going to get 3 attacks at it, except for those of you who only rolled 1. You'll get two attacks because that's how stagger works.
So 3 attacks. What's the difficulty? It's a yellow weapon.
Yellow weapon difficulty is.
Do you want us
going
to all
be-
just roll 3 attacks and tell you a bunch of damage numbers?
Sure. Yeah. Yellow is difficulty 12.
I feel like we all know what our DCs are at this point.
Do we have to
Unless
use
they've
range?
changed.
You could run up and hit it. It's fine.
Okay.
so that's 2.
The DCs haven't changed
2.
at all, right?
How much
So-
damage?
3.
Okay.
What was the blue DC again? Was that also 12?
Huh?
The blue DC was also
Blue DC is
12?
also
I
12.
get a stamina.
All right.
I'll
4
just
damage
call
from
that
me.
even, and then I get
Nice.
two. So that's
The toxic
another one.
spit glands are destroyed.
So that's another 1.
Another 1. Okay.
I'm going to be doing a total of 4 damage as well. 1, 2
Beautiful.
success, 1, 1 success. So I'm spending what? 3, 4, 5, 6 stamina. I'm fine, guys.
The corpse
I have
twitching as
I
the
have 2.
parasites try to articulate the broken
and-
joints.
And then another 3 successes.
Another 3 successes.
Another 3 damage, sorry.
The lasso constricting around the head, crunching it down.
Hang on.
Harvey bouncing ineffectively off
Okay,
of it.
that's 2 successes. So hang on. 1, 2, 3, 3. Then I took -1, so that's 3 damage to it. One was a nat 20 as well. And then my final attack is nothing. So-
And Stall, did we do yours?
Yeah, it was 4 damage.
4 damage, that's right. All right. Carvey's beating on it with his coral fists. Arutha with the lasso gun, pulling it out. You manage to lasso the parasite, rip the parasite out of the body. Mimi comes in with our elbow drop. Boom, bring it in. Stall with the stabby spear, ripping it to the side. The parasite is pulled out. The behemoth beast shudders, all while Spikehead's gleeful laughter echoes over the battlefield.
I'm not convinced he needed us to be here, guys, but I'll take the W.
I'm amazed we're alive.
I expect I'm probably going to handle that one.
Oh my god.
The core stone, there's certainly nothing left here that can oppose you from pulling the core stone out.
The baby's still alive.
Yeah,
there's
but
one
I mean,
thing
there's
that
dumb worms in a lake.
I
What are they
think
going
there's
to do?
exactly one thing that could prevent us here. Does it take a check to pull the core stone out?
Yeah.
Several
I
of us
have-
will pass out if we don't get a lot of
I'm
success.
wounded with 3 stamina.
You have
wounded with
plenty of
2.
time. You also have a tree that can spread
Like, I got
pollen
2
on
stamina,
you.
man. If I get 3 failures, I'm just plump.
It's
Same
okay,
here.
guys. I could pollinate you.
But you now have all the time in the world, as well as a grateful and gleeful troop of WASP engineers who are more than happy to come mine this for you.
We're just covered in acid walking out.
Burn
of
the
it.
pool.
This is a bunch of
Burn
excited
the entire
wasps.
pool. Everything in it. The whole thing's got to go.
Okay, here you boil the water. Well done.
Boil it.
I do feel a little bit of sadness at all my non-Kadena friends because you guys can't do this. And I raise out all 4 of my hands for 4 high fives simultaneously.
Hey!
Branch.
It takes a couple of weeks for Morig's team to complete their ship. It is a sleek cutter design that seems well suited for, you might say, fast travel amongst the islands.
Does it have a
There is a
ballista?
mount for Spikehead's ballista. He is happy to come along with you
employed.
while he works on his air bike prototype in the hold. Still quite amount of loud banging. Anya is the new quartermaster for the ship, bringing all sorts of interesting goods. Can't wait to go and find new markets as she travels. Of course, leaving the choicest sticks for the growing inventory of Saul's Stickporium.
And maybe the Kadena family.
And maybe even a new Kadena family. We'll see how that works out. You all managed to escape the island. Ijana staring out thoughtfully over her city as the island slowly crumbles around her, possibly lost in this little
Oh, we
tiny
didn't
kingdom.
take the heart.
She's
They
built for
could
herself.
do whatever they
So we
want.
did
with the
take all the
heart.
core stone, though, so that's a bit of a limiting factor.
They can find another one.
Maybe they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We'll
they'll find
see.
another core stone.
Just put it on ice and it's fine.
And our once exiles are now
Still
masters
definitely
of their own fate. Still exiles, but no longer
Pirates.
trapped.
Pirates.
Possibly
Pirates. Pirates. Pirates.
And
Pirates
we are
of
now
the Scarabean.
we are now air pirates in Sentima.
Scarabean.
Formerly, great, troubleshooters for hire, turned prisoners, falsely accused, exiles, and now pirates of the sky.
Lords of the Seven Skies.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us. I know we went over our time a little bit. I hope you all had a great time seeing
But
our
we went over
shenanigans.
something.
And you all have a great one. Check out Yubi's adventure, Sentima Sundered Wilds, their website down below, their Kickstarter. Thank you so much for being with us on this great time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, kids.
You all have a great night.